right, George Chevrolet, your 6-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, is playing to win with big discounts and season-high savings on new models like the redesigned Chevy Traverse, the fuel-efficient Chevy Trax, and the all-electric duo, the Chevy Blazer EV and Equinox EV, and many more. Visit George Chevrolet in Bellflower off the 91 Freeway Lakewood exit or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat?
I don't know. Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh. Good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
True Work is the most technical workwear in the world, delivering modern solutions to timeless job site challenges. Innovation meets tradition in True Work's high-performance lineup of work pants, shirts, and jackets, all engineered to give you the comfort and protection you need, especially in the most extreme conditions. Check out the full lineup with over 50,000 five-star reviews at truework.com and use the code SPORTS15 to get 15% off your first order. That's TRUEWERK.com. True Work helps you be your best when the weather's at its worst.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Friday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
It's an F-It Friday. It's an F-It Friday. It's a feel-good Friday. It's a football Friday. And it is the Lakers are back Friday. We are getting you set. Johnny I is somewhere in the desert, where the Lakers will battle tonight for preseason basketball. You'll hear that game, of course, right here on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app coverage starting at 6 p.m. Tomorrow, USC against those Golden Gophers. And Sunday, Rams-Packers, all of it on the all-new ESPN LA app in here on 710 ESPN. Plus, Saturday, we got LAFC on the app. We got LA Kings hockey. Oh, and we've got real Dodgers talk. The Roberts redemption has hit the playoffs. Let's get to it. Let's get you ready. Celebrating 20 years at ESPN Los Angeles, the biggest show on the radio.
I love learning the behind.
Mm-hmm. Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I love learning the behind too, Mace.
Yeah, no, the behind. Did you finish the McMahon doc, Ireland?
No.
Boy,
but I will.
He does not have a mixed. I think yesterday you described him as a complicated legacy. Yeah. Oh no, it's not complicated. By the time you get to the last episode, it is very uncomplicated.
Did you see that he has a big problem with the episode? He says that it's not accurate. I mean, based on what you're describing, it sounds like you wouldn't want it to be accurate.
Yeah,
right?
no. I mean, it's if you go back and read. By the way, you can go back and read text messages that he was sending in court documents. They all showed up, and he does not have a mixed bag of a legacy.
I haven't seen it yet, Ireland, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine he's a good person.
Well, what he's not, Greg. He's not a good person, but what he is a really good promoter.
Yeah, you can hold.
Oh, absolutely.
You can hold two things in your mind at the same time: awful human being, great promoter.
Two things can be true at once. Is what you're trying to say?
That is correct.
Yeah, right.
You got to be able to hold two things.
But this is the hardest thing about talking about public figures the way we do. For example, Kevin Spacey is an excellent actor. He's the lead in one of your favorite movies of all time, The Usual Suspects. But he has a very sordid personal life that cost him his career.
Yep.
So, but you still, by any reasonable metric, have to call that guy a great actor.
Yeah, he was a great actor.
Woody Allen, great director, kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, weirdo. Weirdo. Yeah.
Wait, Greg, you don't like Woody Allen movies?
No, they're great movies.
But
he's a weird guy.
But we're going down a road where when you get to the McMahon doc, the final episode, you'll say, "Oh no, I get it."
Well, and we can also
totally
apply this whole conversation to Pete Rose, who died this week.
Right.
Did you see the doc yet? Have you watched that doc yet?
No, but I will. That's on my list too.
That one will
same
change
thing
your
though, Greg. Right?
Whole view about him. Absolutely, 100%.
But great hitter. You can't argue otherwise.
No.
About as bad of a guy as you're going to meet.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, there are a lot of people out there that have that. And, Mace, I use the word complicated because I can't think of a better word, but have a complicated legacy of being excellent at what they do.
Yeah.
And just not being a good person.
But being involved in sexual assault and human trafficking.
Or another like
Those
Bruce McNall.
things.
Bruce McNall was an emperor with no clothes, but he was the guy who owned the Kings. But Mace, remember how great he was to us?
It's fantastic. Although in his case, to the best of my knowledge, nobody got. He was a scam artist, but I don't think anybody got hurt.
Well, financially hurt.
Financially,
for sure.
but I don't think anybody got.
It wasn't.
If Mace, anybody who worked for the Kings at that time and got the rug pulled out from under them would disagree loudly with you.
Oh,
they think that Bruce was
he
a
went
phony who cost all of them.
He went to jail,
careers.
right?
Yeah.
That's what
Ireland.
happens
We
to
talk
guys
about it
like
all the time. For me, I won't watch Mel Gibson movies because
he's
an anti-Semitic person, and
he is an anti-Semite.
But he is a very, very good actor.
Yeah, you can still say Lethal Weapon movies are good,
right.
but I don't like Mel Gibson.
Braveheart,
and that's where you come down.
Right, yeah. Braveheart was amazing, but I will never watch it again.
All right, so let's end that conversation because
we got
so much. We got so much. First of all, Ireland, describe where you are and what's happening. I mean, tonight,
Okay,
Lakers
so
back on the
I'm
floor.
in Rancho Mirage, out where your parents live.
Beautiful. Not my parents, my mom and her boyfriend.
Yeah, well, I have one of those now too.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Right now, it is 12:23 in October, and it's 101 going to 105.
Now, here's the thing about that. I actually think that's pretty good Palm Springs weather.
Yeah, it was 81 this morning.
Yeah,
when
I mean,
woke
it's
up.
nice. I mean, I don't know if you golf this, but people
I'm golfing
golf
tomorrow.
early. People
I'm golfing
golf
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time did you get there last night, Ireland? You were trying to get there by 7.
Oh, boy, it was bad, guys. I think the Waze said it would take me 3 hours and 24 minutes. It was closer to 4.
Yeesh.
Oh, no. Did you make it by 7?
I did, barely.
Yeah, that's good.
I pulled up into the front of the hotel at 6:51, and I left right at 3.
Wow.
So it's, you know what it is, Mace? It is, when you moved here 30 years ago, nobody lived out here. But now housing in Southern California has become so expensive. Everywhere from our studio to Palm Desert is now a residential area where people live.
Yeah, no doubt.
So there are just thousands of cars on the road. Like at one point I was talking to Lisa. I was driving through Beaumont, which is like in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, it is.
And it was in bumper-to-bumper traffic. I'm like, where are all these cars going? But it's people. Where people are willing to live has expanded in Southern California because housing is so expensive.
Yeah, yeah. So,
but I'm looking forward to the game tonight. Going to be J.J. Redick's first game. McMahon just tweeted that LeBron will not play.
Okay.
Don't know yet about AD. J.J. said last week that they would play in Palm Springs. We have one game tonight, one game on Sunday.
Oh, my mom is a huge LeBron fan. She's going to be there on Sunday. I hope he plays on Sunday.
If JJ sticks to that original thing, then your mom will get to see LeBron play on Sunday.
Cool. And I would imagine Bronny's going to get minutes tonight, right? And
I would think so. I would think guys like Bronny and Dalton Connect and these young guys are going to suck up a lot of minutes in these 6 preseason games. Well, let's talk about this. It is if you were JJ Redick, how much would you play LeBron in the preseason? Because he doesn't really need a ramp up. He just got back from the Olympics, and he was the MVP.
I mean, just tune up here, tune up there, not any serious minutes whatsoever.
McVay?
Just bubble wrap him and say, let's talk to him
if
on opening
McVay
night.
was coaching the Lakers, and man, that guy's so good he probably could. McVay wouldn't play LeBron and AD at all.
I would play him at least a quarter. Play him the first quarter and then pull
in
him
every game or in the preseason?
No, in the preseason, I wouldn't play him tonight and maybe on Sunday, and then play him in another one the next game, and then towards the end maybe play 3 quarters. And kind of just balance it out that way.
I'm kind of divided because I know fans want to see him play. There are a lot of fans coming out here tonight.
That's preseason.
I just got a text from Fred Rogan. Fred's working out here now.
Yeah, I know. I passed along the info, yeah.
Yeah, and...
is he going to take your mom out again?
No, I think Fred only buys one meal.
That's it.
Only one meal.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, no, they got to pay for the next one.
More than
so
RJ
part
Bell.
of me says, well, these people, this is the only time they're going to get a chance to see LeBron play in person. I hope he plays. And on the other side of me says he doesn't need to play, so why play him?
Yeah, my take.
I don't know what the right answer is.
And I know it would be cool to see, but I would not play him. I wouldn't play him or AD. No,
Greg, you would a
they
little.
played all summer long.
Yeah, I would absolutely play him a little bit. I don't think it's like football, and also we're starting to see too that not playing in the preseason in football is also kind of maybe has something to do with all these injuries?
I don't see. I don't get
it
that.
Seems to be part of it.
I don't get that connection necessarily. The preseason and then you get hurt. I don't necessarily buy that. I mean, in the end, John, it'll be LeBron and AD that decide how much they're going to play, right?
Probably. But I think those guys are always wanting to play.
Right.
So I think if you ask them, they'll say, I'll play. It's really a team decision. My guess is
wait a second. Is it a team decision or is it a LeBron and AD decision?
Huh. That's a good question.
It's got to be a LeBron and AD. I mean,
so if Freddie Freeman demanded to play tomorrow night.
Well, he's playing.
But
what if the Dodgers said, look, we've decided you're too much of a liability on that ankle. You can't run. You can't field. We're gonna play Max Muncy at first, and we're gonna play Kike at third. And Freddie came in and said, "Hell no! I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I'm playing, and you can't stop me." Could they stop him?
Yes, I think in baseball you can.
Absolutely,
I don't think in basketball.
What about in football?
You can.
What about if Stafford wanted to come out?
Well, I mean, look, Tua Tagovailoa is going to come back next week or the week after that or whatever it is. I mean, he's making the call.
And it happened to Stafford. Remember, it was like a 41 to 23 game, whatever it was, a couple weeks ago.
And he stayed in the game.
He stayed in the game just to hand the ball off
to Blake Corum a few times.
So yeah, he goes in if he wants to in football.
Yeah.
Well, so you think LeBron and AD have Matt Stafford privileges here?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I would think so. Hey, I had something here.
That's what's in. Wait. That's what's in.
That's what's in. Ready for tomorrow night?
I am. It's a matter, since we last talked about this, they switched the pitcher.
Yeah, let's get into that coming up next. Mason, Ireland, big Friday, heading into a big sports weekend. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Monday morning at 9 a.m. after Greeny.
Avocado toast.
Love it.
Anybody? Yes,
Love it.
no?
Love it.
Yeah, I'm a great. Yeah, sure.
Is there any sort of negative connotation to avocado toast?
That in California, you are bougie.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Overpriced?
Overpriced?
I wouldn't buy it from a place.
It's like it goes, oh, you got avocado toast. It's like kind of like, it's just the new wave LA influencer, whatever. Oh, you got avocado toast.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know it had that stigma attached.
Yeah,
okay,
it very much does. But I don't agree with it. I love it. But I'll only make it at home. I won't buy it.
Okay, so
it's very easy to make.
Leaving the hotel on Sunday.
26 seconds or less.
Going to the stadium. Oh, I'm sorry. I told the bus that I had avocado toast for breakfast.
Oh, you got killed, didn't you?
Everybody laughed at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know. Okay.
You should live in Silver Lake.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and let me talk to you about this issue of dealing with your homeowner's insurance. So your home floods, right? You have a big giant flood at your house.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Abner takes the call himself. Hello!
And the real deal is official. Congratulations to the law offices of Jacob and Rani, the official chosen legal partner of the Los Angeles Rams. If you're hurt in an accident, you need a big win, call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB, or remember, calljacob.com.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Bergman just said something.
You have no idea who this is?
I don't know. It feels really groovy to me. Who is it?
Groovy.
Tevin Campbell.
Tevin
Tevin.
Campbell?
That was good.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
He's
Can
going
we
to be in
talk?
concert tonight.
Where at?
I got
Into
to
a dome.
change your voice.
Tonight. Yeah. Very groovy.
Is Jorge Bryan today?
Yeah, Jorge's here. I didn't even recognize him when I walked. I'm like, who's that?
Oh, yeah.
Who's that?
Mains, I thought you. I mean, this would be a very good week for you to gloat over Jorge. Well, last week would have been better, but
Yeah, I know. I missed the good gloating week. The good gloating week was the week before.
Yeah, you can't really gloat now, 2 weeks past and after a loss to the Bears.
So, Bert, what's the worst concert you've ever been to, John? Worst concert?
You know, strangely, because I like their music, the Cars.
Oh, really?
Rick Ocasek just stood on stage and didn't move for 2 hours. They just played songs, and then they didn't talk to the crowd. They just played the music and walked out.
For me, it was the Thompson Twins.
What did they sing?
Yeah.
I know the name.
Hold Me Now, big hit.
Hold me now. I think that was their only song. That's probably why the concert.
Yeah,
The Thompson Twins, by the way, have 3 people for some reason. Just randomly have 3 people.
They should be the Thompson triplets.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Did it just sound better with the
Well, no. Here's
twins?
the thing. They started with 6 members. The Thompson Twins had 6 members. Then they cut it to 3. I don't know if they've gotten to 2 yet, but apparently it was like getting voted off the island at some point. Maybe they did wind up with 2.
Not a band you want to be a part of is what it sounds
No,
like.
exactly. Now, Bergman says the worst concert he's ever been to is
Blink 182, and I loved them growing up. I loved them growing
That's
up.
okay. It's a good day to hate on them.
Good
It was
day to hate
terrible.
on.
It was a terrible. It was.
What made it awful?
So they were shouting obscenities. They were
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was really. They were all off. Like Travis Barker, the drummer, was not on pace with.
Not on
I forget
beat.
the lead singer, which I forget his
Tom
name.
LeBon?
Yeah.
No, Tom LeBon used to be an LA City councilman.
Oh, Tom LeBon. But I'm very, very close to
There's
it.
a Tom and like a Mark.
There's-
I don't know.
Who's
yeah,
the
but
lead
they
singer
were
Mark
for-
was out here saying, telling me.
It was all. It just didn't sound good. They sounded whiny, and it just
When
wasn't.
did you go?
Good. It was in the mid to late 2000s.
Oh,
and
so they were like.
Yeah, it was like in a festival setting, and so they were part of
they're
a
probably
bunch of
drunk.
things.
Okay,
it
now-
was so bad.
It's Tom DeLonge.
DeLonge, yeah.
Tom
And who was the-
DeLonge.
Mark-
And what did I
Mark
say?
something.
DeLonge.
Oh, John, who was the councilman?
Tom LeBon.
Tom LeBon. It's Tom DeLonge. I was not really that far away.
You weren't far off.
No, you were good.
Yeah.
You were good.
So bad. It
Yeah.
was just
You were
terrible.
good.
So now we've got the series that we all didn't want, and now we get, and so we're acting like we're okay with it. And I, for one, am a little nervous.
Why?
Because the last 2 years I've been extremely confident, and it didn't go our way. So now I'm like, I don't want to get my hopes too far up here until I see exactly what it looks like on the field.
I think there's one thing that's different about this year than those past 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Roberts at the helm?
Ohtani. Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani. No, not Dave Roberts. He's been there the last 2 years.
No, he's
the
been
last
there.
8 years.
Yep.
So, no, Shohei Ohtani at the top of that lineup, I think, makes such a massive, massive difference.
I just look at it and think, how is it they stack up all these pitchers every year, and then we're down to just scraps at the end of the day? Now, we're going to start with Yamamoto in game one.
Yeah, what do you guys think of that move?
I don't get it. I think
love it.
game one
Well, Greg,
of
why
the
do you love
series
it?
is really important. Go ahead.
So game one is very important, but what you can do now, because how Yamamoto pitches in Japan, right, John, is that he pitches every 6th day.
Yeah.
So if you pitch him in game one, you can then pitch him again on Friday after 6 days on the 6th day. If you pitch Flaherty on Sunday, you can back up Yamamoto on Friday with Flaherty if it's a guaranteed must-win game. So you can pitch both of them.
If Friday would be game 5, so it would be a guaranteed must-win game.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So if you need to pitch, so if Yamamoto goes 4 innings and you need to pitch Flaherty behind him, Flaherty be on regular rest, and you can then pitch him there. You can't do it if it's flipped. You only get him Yamamoto one time.
I'd rather have Flaherty game 1 and game 5.
Then you don't get Yamamoto at all.
You get Yamamoto
him in
one
game
game.
Game 2, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
No,
Greg,
I'm good with that.
Greg makes more sense, but you know what? I say this every year, and you guys say no, but I absolutely mean it. You have to manage with a really short leash in the playoffs. And this all goes back to I don't care it was only the 2nd inning. They left Yu Darvish in way too long in Game 7 of the World Series.
Right.
And he got lit up and that was it, and it was over.
If
Yamamoto gives up 3 runs in the 1st inning, I would pull him.
Pulled.
Oh, yeah, no question.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't have a high degree of faith in Yamamoto. That's why I don't want to see him pitch. I don't have like sky high expectations of Yamamoto. I think if we can get 4 innings, 1 run, we're probably okay with that.
I mean, that would be fantastic. But either way, Yamamoto has a lot to prove to himself and to prove to the Dodgers. He's a $300 million pitcher, and the last time he saw San Diego, it was in Korea, and he got blown up. So he has a lot to prove and a lot to show. So I think he goes out there and shows what he actually is and prove himself. I really like him there.
Yeah, I do not.
I
I'd
just
rather
hope
get
they
a
manage
1-0
with a
series
short
lead with Flaherty. I'm John, and I think you're right. Like last year, Roberts, I don't know what he was doing. I think it was game 3 when he left
Lance Lynn
in to give up what 4 home runs? 4 home runs.
He's still giving them up.
Guys, after 2, you cut the leash on that.
I would even consider if Yamamoto goes into the 1st inning and they load the bases with nobody out, I would get somebody up. I'd get him a chance to work out of it, but I would get people up. That's how important these games are in a best of 5. You can't leave them out there to get lit up.
So I totally agree with you, and that's what Dave Roberts does not normally do. That's something
Correct.
he should have been doing and go back to 2019.
Playoff games are different.
When you had Clayton Kershaw coming in to face other guys, they should have had somebody behind him to face Anthony Rendon and Juan Soto. There should have been somebody warming up. There wasn't, and it was a problem.
Yeah.
Those are what Dave Roberts does not do usually.
So the pitching matchups, the Dodgers are going to face, obviously, Dylan Cease in game 1.
Yep.
That's Cease versus Yamamoto. That's tomorrow night.
5 o'clock first pitch?
5:30, I believe. 5:38.
Yeah, about there.
5:38, I think it was.
I think SC
it's 5:38.
and the Dodgers go at about the same time tomorrow night. So I'm going to be going.
Yeah. 5:38 for the Dodgers, I believe 4:30 for USC.
Okay.
So make sure you're not going to the Dodger game?
I am not, because I want to watch the USC game.
Okay.
USC against Minnesota is more important than the
I didn't
Dodger
say it's
playoff
more.
game.
I did not say it's more important.
No, but this way, I applaud what Mason's doing great because now I can watch both.
Yeah, I want both. You can have both.
Sure, but then you're not going to go on Sunday to see you're going to be at the Rams game.
No, at the Rams game, right.
Yeah.
So the first time I go will be game 5.
Yeah, but the Ram game
for
doesn't go
season.
head-to-head with the Dodger game, does it?
No, it actually it starts at 5 o'clock, and the Ram game will end around 4:30.
Right. So no, it's I'm not going to go to games 1 and 2. Are you going to games 1 and 2?
I am not.
Okay.
But I don't like going to the games. I like sitting in my apartment and watching the
I
games
like
because
Hey,
I like
Greg,
I like pacing. Yeah.
Are the Rams and the Lakers both going to be on 7:10 on Sunday?
Yes. So what's going to happen with that, so we're all aware, is that because they're separate, post-game will go 1 hour on 710, and also pre-game of the Lakers will also go 1 hour. So pre-game for the Lakers get cut off for 30 minutes on 710, and post-game for Rams gets cut off for 1 hour.
But that's cool. We're gonna one game's gonna roll right into the other.
Right from the Rams
into the other one. The second hour you can hear on Jack FM.
And by the way, this is why you have to get the app.
Oh, yeah.
You have to get the ESPN LA app, because when we have so many live events now that when we have overflow, and Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have the app, you can listen to whatever you want, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It'll all be right at the top. It'll say listen live, and there'll be a tile for the Lakers, for the Rams, for a lot of other things. All you got to do is just click that tile, and that's what you're listening to.
And by the way, the one thing you'll notice is the audio, I think, is
digital.
Even better on the app than it is on the radio.
I'll tell you a story about that.
Okay.
So whenever I drive in the mornings, when I come into the parking garage, I lose the over-the-air signal.
Right.
So I switch from my radio. When I get off the freeway, I switch from my radio to the app. And it is noticeably improved audio-wise. The radio's good. The app is crystal clear digital. But the radio, because you're dealing with a radio signal, you're kind of at the mercy of like buildings and where you are in town. And if you're like last night when I drove out to the desert, you never lose anything on the app.
Right.
So, here's the most important thing you need to know about the ESPN LA app. It's free.
Yeah.
It costs you nothing. So download that app today if you're out there listening, just so you have it. Like, because you never know when you're going to need it.
For LAFC, for
everything.
USC men's basketball,
Every
USC
show.
women's Trojan football, all that stuff.
Like I went in. I was trying to play something for somebody that happened on our show the other day, and I pulled out the app. I went into Mason and Ireland. I clicked that tile. I went into the podcast. I had it for him in less than 60 seconds.
I'm curious, what was it that you tried to play off the show to somebody else? Like, was it something we said dumb or something we said smart?
No, it was Lisa's friend. Remember, we were asking Jacob about if you spill hot coffee.
Right.
Lisa's friend who spilled hot coffee, it was at I think I said it was at a McDonald's. It was actually at a Starbucks.
Starbucks, okay.
Is now in the hospital with those third-degree burns. Yeah.
Has she called Jacob?
I don't know, but I told her. That's why I played it for Lisa, and I gave her Jacob's info, so hopefully she does.
Yeah.
Call Jacob.
Definitely should.
And by the way, to your point about the app, John, on Saturday, at 4 o'clock, we have Kings, or 3:30. At 5 o'clock, we have LAFC. At 4:30 and actually 2:30 with pregame, USC. All that happening at one time.
Wow.
The app will have all three of those things happening at the exact same time, and you get to choose what you want to listen to.
Awesome.
Hey, Greg, I should probably ask you this off the air, but what the hell?
Hey, why not? Whatever.
Can I listen to ESPN radio coverage of the playoffs on the app if we're not airing it?
So if we're not airing, we are still trying to figure out how to do that where it's app only, but that is something that we will be able to do sooner rather than later, but is not set up just yet.
Gotcha.
Okay, got it. Hey, I want to remind everybody it's the ESPN LA Dream Ticket presented by Stella Rosa. Enter to win a Dream Ticket experience to the biggest game of the college football season. Go to ESPNLADreamTicket.com for your chance to enter. Now through November 30th, Stella Rosa Wines, the sweet taste of victory. We'll spin the wheel of questions coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Bibigo is the official game day snack of the Lakers. Mouthwatering Korean snacks and meals in minutes. Keep your freezer stocked with Bibigo for a delicious meal. Korea's #1 food brand, making the whole world more delicious. At Bibigo, they like to say minimum effort, maximum flavor. I get mine at Ralph's, but you can find Bibigo at all major grocery stores in the freezer aisle. If you don't know where to start, if you've never had Bibigo before, start with Bibigo Mandu, M-A-N-D-U. Those are the largest, juiciest dumplings in the market. Try Bibigo today. I love it. Bergman loves it. Anytime we have an event with the Bibigo truck, people can't get enough. Every day is the day to live delicious with Bibigo, the official game day snack of the Lakers.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs.
Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings? Very possible. Playoffs? Highly doubtful.
Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
It's almost time for the new season of The Lake Show. Grab your tickets this upcoming season through Lakers Ticket Exchange by Ticketmaster. Ticket Exchange is the official resale marketplace of your Los Angeles Lakers, where your purchase is 100% verified and secured. Purchasing tickets has never been so easy. Grab your computer or phone and find your seats at Lakers.com/ticket exchange. That's Lakers.com/ticket exchange. We'll see you this upcoming season.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Wheel? That's all right. Can't win them all.
Hey, listen, it's been years. See there, Briones. A little rusty.
Hey, you're training someone right now. Come on, be on top of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hold on.
Training
Hold
Kasim
on.
right now.
I could have blamed Kasim for it. It's just shaking hands. You know?
I know, but I'm looking at you. You're the one with the buttons, so it's got to be
Hey,
you.
by the way, congrats to Kasim.
Yeah.
Kasim is example number 100 at least of a person that came through our internship program and turned that into a job. So way to go, Kasim.
Yeah, good job, man. All right, so Laura, what's on the wheel today?
All right, guys. So, you know,
Oh, it's just up. Gotta spin it again.
New question.
Briones is all over the map. Are you drunk?
Yeah. I'm on life right now.
Lots of Milagro.
But all right, guys. So this one came up, and I'm guessing specifically for Mason. So starting in 2025, businesses in California will be allowed to serve food and have live music performances under this new law for specifically for marijuana. I was going to say it in English,
okay.
but I'll just say it in Spanish. Marijuana businesses. So if the weed business, they're going to be able to serve food. I didn't know that they were only allowed, dispensaries were only allowed to sell prepaid packaged snacks and drinks. So now, starting January 1st, it's basically going to be like a
weed bar.
A weed bar / restaurant.
I've been to a party with a weed bar, and it was
Me too.
It's a huge hit.
I was at that party.
Were you at the weed bar party? You were at that party too.
So they're saying that these are going to be Amsterdam-like places.
So not real hash, but
but I've never been. So my question was, sometimes we have to do, right, Greg? We do like team bondings and things like that.
Sure.
Would you guys be down to do one of these places for
so
team bonding?
I'll say this. So a while back, I had an opportunity to invest in a cannabis bar, and I elected to not do it and this is why.
Do you regret it?
No, I do not. I've been to, by the way, Bill Maher and Woody Harrelson have one in West Hollywood. I've been to that one. But I don't think food and weed together. I don't think I want to be in a room full of smoke. Right. Like, do you want to be in a room full of smoke? I really don't necessarily.
No, are you trying to say that food and weed don't go
food
together?
And weed
they go great.
But do you say,
Yeah, I
would
think
you
it's
walk
pretty
in and say,
perfectly.
I'll have the tomahawk and joint?
Yeah, and the indica?
Yeah, and the indica? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I actually agree with you on
And a
this.
drink.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be. I mean, the smoke would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that too. I don't need any
Wait,
of
so
that.
this is not a team bonding now?
No, it's not a team
No,
bonding.
you know what we should do for Greg? You know what we should do for team bonding?
What's that?
Axe throwing.
Because
I'm down.
Because alcohol and axe throwing go together great.
That is a match made in heaven
You
right
know
there.
another one that would be great that I just did not too long ago was the escape room.
I love escape
I'm not
rooms.
doing an escape
I'm
room.
all
Those
in
look
on
so
escape room.
stupid to me. They look so stupid.
Let's trap Mason in an escape room and he won't be able to get
I'll
out.
just stay.
We'll just leave and let him do it himself.
You guys go. I'll just stay here in the room. Is there a TV? I don't need to get out of
I
here.
think Ireland. I think you could get out of an escape room
Ireland
pretty
could.
Of course
easily.
I could.
You're resourceful.
treat.
Yeah, I think we could do it.
I'm not.
I am.
you'd
I was
run.
great at it.
You got to move that one book and then the doors
Yes.
open, whatever the
Yes.
hell's going on there.
You have to search through everything.
Yeah.
But no, the axe throwing Ireland,
I'm
I've
down.
done it twice, and it is
Never.
a ton of fun.
Now, are you successfully able to stick it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it easy to stick
I
it?
stick it well all the time. You set me up. What was I supposed to do?
It's there. It's an alley-oop.
It was, but no, it's
La-di-da.
fun. La-di-da. Why does everyone get quiet?
Or la-di-da.
No,
yeah.
but I'd be in for the axe throwing for sure. I'd try that. I'll try anything once.
Yeah, we should do it. Do you want to do Ireland? If it
We're
not
down.
not
I'm
if
down
it was
now.
any other
well,
day.
I mean,
not if
No,
it was
no.
any
If
other
it's
day.
if you guys do axe throwing on a day where I'm in town and I don't have a game, I would go. There's one, Greg, over by Top Golf by the Lakers practice
Oh,
facility.
really?
Yeah,
Over
that's
in El
fine.
Segundo?
Yeah.
Let's
So
do it.
I'll look
Nice.
into it. I'll look into it.
I also have a question, bringing it back. What happened to you guys jumping off the plane?
Yeah, you know, it just kind of we
Yeah.
got fogged in, and that's what wrecked it. We were all set to go, and they said no, it's too foggy.
Too foggy.
Right?
Plus, I left the show and they said without Jorge, that we can't do it.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
This
exactly
happened
what it
after
was.
you
here's the
shut
weird
up.
thing about the skydiving. It's paid for.
So we can still
I
do
already
it.
paid for it, so we
I
can still
wanna
do it.
I want to do it.
Yeah, I probably have to wait till after the season, but I'll do it.
Yeah. All right. So huge weekend. I want to give everybody a chance to jump. I am a little bit nervous about the Dodgers tomorrow
be.
in particular. I'd much rather have Flaherty throwing than Yamamoto throwing, but it is what it is. And facing one of the best pitchers in the National League in Dylan Cease. Also, the Trojans are at Minnesota, and this is one of those games where it'd be easy to look ahead and think about Penn State at the Coliseum. Got to focus. 9.5-point favorites at Minnesota tomorrow. And then the Rams are underdogs at home The Raiders are underdogs at Denver, I think.
Yes, at Denver.
They're 2-point dogs.
How are we underdogs to Denver?
Shouldn't be underdogs to Denver. Denver's not very good, but
They
it's
have a
in
good,
Denver.
They have a good defense.
I forgot I can't say we anymore. I'm switching to the commies.
That's right,
So,
the
yeah,
commies.
I'm going to watch the Commanders.
You're all about the commies.
Yeah.
By the way, did you hear they actually talked about our bet, the bet with Smallman on Unsportsmanlike earlier today?
Who do they think is going to win?
Well, it's not so much. You'll hear it, but Evan Cohen goes against what we're talking. It's not about who's going to win or lose for him. It's
Right.
about what Smallman's all about.
Okay, so do you have that there? Hit it, Lar.
Mason and Ireland made a bet with you that if the Rams win this week against your team, so your old team, you grew up as a St. Louis Rams fan.
I did.
And you're obviously flirting with them now again.
How
if they
am I
beat
flirting with
your
them?
new team, the Green Bay Packers, that you need to wear a Rams helmet for a full hour on our show, correct? That's the bet?
That's the bet.
And if not, Steve Mason needs to wear a Packers helmet on Mason and Ireland for a full hour on their show. Is that correct?
Correct. That is the bet.
So one would think that if you're so disgusted by your ex, you would never actually don their gear. I think you're coming off flirting with the ex a little bit here, being a little, in your words, coquettish towards the ex, because you're thinking about, hey, maybe I could try it back on. Maybe I could feel once again what it's like to put that Rams helmet on, Smalls.
First question, how dare you?
I
How dare you?
Double dare.
Second
Good
question,
show.
do you really think the Packers are going to lose this game?
No. Yes.
Okay, this Rams team is banged up. We just saw the Bears beat them, for crying out loud. I think the Packers are going to be just fine, which is why I felt comfortable making this bet, Evan. Not because I care about my ex or I'm trying to get their attention. I can't even look at the profile and creep and see what they're up to because they're blocked. I'm not even trying to pay attention to them. I'm doing this because I know my new boo, my new love, and the Green Bay Packers are going to defend my honor.
So she is all over the
I disagree with Evan.
I don't think she's really flirting.
Yeah, I think she's still disgusted by the Rams. I don't think she's coming back.
So you disagree with Evan?
Yeah,
I disagree with that.
I don't think she's being coquettish.
I don't know. I think he's got a point.
I have to look up coquettish.
What does that actually mean?
What does coquettish mean? Like flirty, cute.
That's a synonym for flirting.
I think so. Coquettish.
Synonym acronym. Did I get that right?
Synonym.
I think
cinnamon.
I'm with Evan. I think she's secretly wanting to put that Rams helmet on to see
Really?
what it
You
feels
think
like
so?
again.
Well, I hope
I'm with
it's a
Evan.
much funnier bit if Smallman, who is a beautiful girl with long flowing blonde hair, gets stuck wearing a Rams helmet than if Mace has to wear a Packers helmet. So I'm rooting hard for the Rams.
So is Evan.
Yeah.
For an hour, right?
And
For
I
an
think
hour,
the
yeah.
other thing is Mason's like me. You can't really embarrass him.
No.
I think Smallman would be embarrassed.
I live in a state of embarrassment.
Yeah.
I mean, you ran around this place half naked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
can-
Mason
after
and
that,
I
I
have
can do
made
anything.
fools of ourselves for 30
Yeah.
years, so we're used to it, but she isn't.
No.
So I'm really rooting
Oh,
for the Rams.
God, go Rams. All right. We're going to open the phones for some sports graffiti. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. So much going on. So much to talk about.
That's what's in.
877-710-ESPN. That's what's in. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Shohei is now naked.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment of the Los Angeles Kings.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
In only one place.
Easy to access, easy to find, easy to enjoy every Kings game and your favorite Kings podcasts.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey, it's Travis.
And DeMarco.
Hey, accidents can be shocking, devastating, and difficult to deal with, which is why you should never deal with them alone and have family on your side.
Joseph S. Normont and his trusted team are family, and they're here to help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve.
You know, when my son was in an accident, we called Joseph at 213-747-2000, and he was able to help.
You have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first.
Visit NormontLegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
Now is a great time to visit the Commerce Casino and Hotel, located 7 miles south of downtown LA, just off the 5 freeway. Come experience some of the best action that SoCal has to offer. There's always a seat at the table at LA's Commerce Casino, with the widest variety of poker and table games around, from easy baccarat, hold'em, 21st century blackjack, and many more. Commerce Casino is where the game reigns. Must be 21. Play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit problemgambling.ca.gov.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Oh, we don't raw? Take an hour or two? Oh, no?
What are you talking about?
We don't growl every hour?
No, we do not growl every hour. You're new to the show?
I think I am, yeah.
Yeah, new.
Make sure to growl next hour, too.
All right, Ireland's out in the desert. Bergman's hanging out. Laura's here. We got the new guy on the board. He's learning. And I got a tweet from this guy yesterday. I got a tweet from Mitch asking if he had been banned. Mitch, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Mitch.
Oh, geez. How you doing, guys? Good show. Pressure's on me, right?
Yeah, pressure's all on you, Mitch.
USC, I like their chances. I'm only worried about 1 or 2 games. The rest of the year will split. I think I like their chances more than the Dodgers taking 2. And how you like Drake London? That was his breakout game yesterday. He's a budding superstar. And can you answer me this? He played some games with USC basketball. Did he score more than Rani? Played a few times with the basketball team, right?
Okay, I don't know the answer to that question.
What was the actual question?
The question was, did Drake London play basketball at USC?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think he just played football.
Yeah, I do too.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Let's go to Mondo. Mondo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Mondo.
Yeah, Johnny, what's going on with you going for the commies now? What's up with that?
Okay, so what happened was the Raiders.
No, check it out, John. If you want to be a Trader fan, that's fine. They used to live in L.A. That's one thing. They used to play here. But come on, be a Ram fan. Be a hometown L.A. fan. Do the right thing.
Okay, that's a fair suggestion. I was a Rams fan before I was a Raiders fan, so my fandom went like this.
Do it again, baby.
As a kid, my parents had season tickets to the Rams.
Hold your horses there, Mondo.
And my parents had season tickets to the Rams. I was a Ram fan all up through high school. When I got to UCLA, my fraternity bought season tickets to the Raiders, and the games were really fun. And so I've been a Raider fan since '85. But here's what I've realized about Raider fans. If you criticize the team, they're done with you. You can't question the Raiders. They never do anything wrong. And so I'm over that, and I'm looking for a new team. But the Rams, the Rams are a possibility.
Yeah, the Rams would be great. By the way, Drake London did play in 2 games in the USC basketball program. No points.
0 points.
No points.
Wow, I didn't even know he did that, though. Good for him.
That's the whole thing with fandom, though, John. It's not that don't mind you questioning them. There's things to be questioned in every sense, but you stick with the team. So now you went from the Rams to the Raiders, back to the Raiders to the Commanders.
No, I've only had 2. I've had the
Rams.
Rams and the Raiders my whole life.
Right.
Now I'm going for team number 3, and I might go back to the Rams. But, Greg, that's not true. You never question the Raiders. You never criticize the Raiders, ever.
I criticize them all the time.
He's all pissed off they're trading Devonte Adams.
I want him out of here. I want him out of here now.
Oh,
So,
there you go.
Yeah, see, that's what a Raider fan would say. Oh, he doesn't want to be here? Screw him.
But that's on
He's
everything.
an all-pro
That's
wide
everything.
receiver. Why would you get rid of him?
Because he doesn't want to be here, and I don't want him on a team that's not.
Right,
that he
this
doesn't
is
want to be
your
here.
old rule, John.
Right.
If he doesn't want to be there, why do you want him?
Yeah, but the issue with me and the Raider fans is Raider fans always do what Greg just did. You can't. They can do no wrong. The Raiders would trade everybody, or could move again.
Untrue. Because they drafted horribly when they brought in Mike Mayock. That was a terrible decision. We talked about it at the time. Hated the idea of getting
You guys all hated Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels
Right. Well,
sucked
what do
and
you,
won
Greg?
and
What do you
everything.
think
That
of
was a bad
Antonio
decision.
Pierce?
Antonio Pierce is his first year. I liked what he did at the end of the year. I'm willing to give him a shot. I will criticize him if he does things wrong. I don't like Luke Getsy. I think Luke Getsy sucks.
I think there are two different things here. Like, for example, the Rams have the second worst defense in the league, and they spend less on defense than anybody in the
by
NFL.
like a mile.
By a lot. So I can be critical of that and still maintain my Rams fandom.
Right,
but
the Rams,
but
Greg, Mace, the Ram fans will not come at you if you're critical of that. The Raider fans will.
No, we are.
You want me to send you the 500 text messages I have from Raider fans?
Well, yeah,
they want me dead.
Well, they want you dead. Because
I don't think they actually want you
they don't
dead.
want you dead.
Oh, I'll take them at their word.
I think
no,
they don't want you.
I'm a golden rule guy. Treat everybody the way you want to be treated.
Well, then why were you ever a Raider fan?
Exactly. I'm
in other words,
That's
golden
on
rule.
you.
The golden rule is so deep in the playbook for the Raiders. You will never come to that
exactly.
page.
It took me that. It's like when Greg got married before, and he says, "I can't believe I did that. I don't know what I was doing." That's how I feel about the Raiders.
Yeah, Raider fans are basically degenerative jerks.
You are a Raider. If you're a Raider fan, you're a Raider for life, good or bad.
Yeah.
You live through the pain.
I choose not to live through any more pain.
Go commies. Let's go to Anthony. Anthony, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Anthony.
Steve Mason's going to look great with that Packers helmet on. 31-20. Go, Pack, go.
All right, thank you.
I think Packers are favored, right?
Oh, yeah, Packers are 3-point favorites at SoFi on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, look, they had to shock the world with San Francisco. They're going to shock the world again on Sunday. Let's go to Sean. Sean, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Sean.
Man, you guys just took my thunder, bro. I was just trying to call in. Look, first of all, I'm a P1, man, and I've been listening with you guys, man, since San Diego.
Sean, thank you for the hours, man. We appreciate it.
Sorry for the anyway, John.
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm trying my best, man, to persuade you not to leave. I've been a Raider fan like you, man, all my life. I'm 47 now. I've been a Raider fan all my life, bro, and I've lived through the hardest time, as you know, and Greg knows. We sucked for years and years, but you're the only reason why I stayed a Raider fan. Please don't leave, man.
All right, that's very nice of you to call. I will consider it. I wish, every time the Raiders make a move now, I'm like, what are they doing? When they traded Khalil Mack, what are they doing? When they got rid of Derek Carr, what are they doing? Now they're going to do it with Devonte Adams. They're going to get rid of him, too.
I think you get what you can for Devonte Adams, and this is your old rule, which is, you don't keep anybody who wants out. He
didn't demand a trade. He requested one.
Demand request is not that far off from each other.
No. A request is, hey, would you mind if I didn't show up tomorrow and you say, no, we need you?
Sure.
And that's a request.
Said, okay,
a demand
I'll
is,
play.
I'm not effing playing here anymore. Screw you.
And he has a hamstring injury.
Right. He didn't play last week. He's not going to play this week. He made
I
business
actually thought he would have been traded by now.
He's making business. Come on now, John.
Well, if I was the Raiders, I would wait a little bit to trade him. Because
you're paying him not to play.
But here's the thing. The more you pay him, the more teams are going to be able to afford him and get him under the cap.
His salary demands.
So if you want a lot of demand out there, wait a couple of weeks. The trade deadline isn't until, I think it's November the 3rd. Why not wait until there's a point where everybody can get him under the cap? Let's go to Skip. Skip, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Skip.
Hey, yes, John, I'm so glad you didn't make a decision yet on what team to go for, because I'm going to give you points here. You got to go with the Packers. They're the only 13-time world champion. Secondly, over 30 years of Hall of Fame quarterback in a row.
True.
And still going.
True.
Looks like Love's going to do it.
Yeah,
And
I kind of feel like a free agent.
You are a free agent.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
I'm telling you, this is good points here.
All right, I'll
And
consider
third,
him.
You know what the Packer fans call SoFi? It's called Lambeau West.
Lambeau West, Mace. You're going to see it on Sunday.
I mean, SoFi is every team you can think of West.
Hey, Mace,
That's the way it is.
If you got a phone call
Yeah.
and somebody said to you, hey, I have the Mary Hart seats for the Dodger game on Sunday. And I'm inviting you to come with me. But we got to get there early. We got to get there at like 3 o'clock on Sunday. So in other words, you'd have to miss the Rams game, but you would have the Mary Hart seats right behind home plate. Would you accept that deal?
No.
Stay with the Rams.
I'm going with the Rams. I pay too much money to the Rams to start.
Well, these
skipping
tickets
home games.
that you would be getting for free cost more than what your Ram tickets cost because it's a playoff
Go to the game.
Right. Honestly, I mean, Juan can still go with somebody else.
What? I have not missed a Rams home game in forever.
It's a Dodger playoff
I understand, but I can still get home in time to see the game. I don't have to be there.
I think you missed a Ram home game last year. Didn't you miss the Christmas game?
Yes, you did.
I don't know. What
I
was
say
it?
go to the Dodger game, man.
It was
No,
Denver.
we would never miss Denver. That's Juan's other team.
But no, I would go to the Dodger game under that scenario.
Yeah, I will not.
course.
I will stick with my current plan. I am not. It is non-negotiable.
Wow, that's
Wow.
kind of crazy, Mace.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Playoff game versus a 1-3 team.
Come on
Don't,
now.
don't badmouth a partner.
It's not. I'm
You're a
absolutely
partner
not.
badmouther.
Not in the slightest. Are they or are they not 1-3?
They are 1-3,
Right.
but you said it was
Are
so
the
dripping with.
I mean, he's a Raider fan, which is
it's a playoff game versus a team that is not currently in contention.
I wonder how much those Mary Hart seats are. How much they go for on
Against
Sunday.
San Diego in the
And
playoffs.
Mace, by the way, you get the whole spread in the Diamond Club or Stadium Club or whatever they call
I'll
it.
tell you, the Stadium Club is really. I might do it for the Stadium Club.
I know.
Mace, those
that might be
tickets are-
reason enough.
Although here's the catch: I've got access to the Stadium Club at SoFi.
But the food at SoFi sucked.
Not in the Stadium Club.
Apparently,
John.
there's really good shrimp.
The shrimp is delicious. I can tell you firsthand.
Take the Dodger tickets, Mace. I looked at prices.
If
They're
Mary
crazy.
calls, I'll take her up on it.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next for you, I wanted to play something that J.J. Redick, an exchange he had yesterday, John, with reporters. I don't know if you've heard this or not
I have
yet,
not.
but it gets a little bit. I don't know when it gets a little tense. A little.
Good word. Good
We'll
word.
play it for you coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
After the game, be at Hollywood Park Casino for the Rams post-game show, broadcasting live inside the Rays Lounge. Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison will recap the game and be joined by Legends Attic on site, and Monster will be sampling for the crowd. The Rams post-game show live after the game from Hollywood Park Casino. Park, party, and play at HPC, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change, is a proud sponsor of your MLS champion LAFC radio broadcast on 710 ESPN. For over 30 years, Valvoline Instant Oil Change has provided quick, convenient maintenance services for busy people. Oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, and more. Just pull in to your neighborhood location and you'll be out in no time with your ride in peak performance. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and to score game-winning coupons off your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Go LAFC.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. NextGen is the official AC heating and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. That's right, NextGen is the absolute best in the biz and has thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. So keep your home comfortable this year all year round with their NextGen Rewards membership plan. Yep, get your whole home covered with multi-point tune-ups and professional cleanings on your home's air conditioning. Not to mention your water heating systems and full plumbing inspections, complimentary diagnostic charges, and discount parts on repairs. Join the NextGen Rewards membership and get on the VIP list with a guaranteed 2-hour window priority service appointment. Right now, the NextGen Rewards membership is only $14.99 a month. That's insane, and just for ESPN LA fans. That's reduced from $29.99 a month. Pretty much half price, guys, but only for a limited time, so sign up today. NextGen is the only name you need to remember for a safe and comfy home, and call them at 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit them online at nextgenairandplumbing.com to schedule your next appointment.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGen.
Hey, John Ireland here. Are you looking to sell your home quickly and easily without having to deal with repairs or the worry of buyers qualifying for new high interest rate loans? Call Seller's Advantage. With thousands of satisfied customers, they're the go-to choice for homeowners looking to sell their homes fast. They'll buy your home for a competitive cash offer and can close in just days, not weeks or months. No repairs are needed because they buy homes as is. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Seller's Advantage is the fastest and most stress-free way to sell your home. If you're ready to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747 or sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The countdown to tip-off is on, and George Chevrolet wants to get you in the game with unbeatable offers on a new Chevy. That's right, George Chevrolet, your 6-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, is playing to win with big discounts and season-high savings on new models like the redesigned Chevy Traverse, the fuel-efficient Chevy Trax, and the all-electric Duo, the Chevy Blazer EV and Equinox EV, and many more. Visit George Chevrolet in Bellflower off the 91 Freeway Lakewood exit or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first, before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
On October 21st, 2006, Michigan State found themselves down 38-3 with less than 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they made that initial deficit like it never even happened, scoring 38 straight points to win 41-38.
Incomplete. The ball game is over. The Michigan State Spartans in one of the greatest comebacks in Michigan State football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
What's up, people? It is Friday. Oh, you know what? We heard from Rebecca Black.
It's Friday.
Man, Mace, this could be your weekend.
How's that?
I just looked something up. I don't even know if you know this.
Okay.
So Mason and I have been in the same fantasy football league for 20-plus years.
Yes.
The Hollywood Football League. It's filled with agents and lawyers and muckety-mucks.
Katzenberg is hard to beat.
Yeah. And there's a brother team in our league, Steve and Dan Gordon. Great guys. Have been in our league since we've been in it.
Long time.
You're playing them this week.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, according to Gordon.
Okay. Did you notice that last night, one of their quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins, threw for 509 yards and 4 touchdowns, and they didn't play him.
Oh,
They played
awful.
Dak Prescott instead.
Yeah, that is really, really tough. I feel so bad. My heart goes out to them to leave 34 points
Your
on
score
the bench.
going into the weekend, 0-0.
I'll take that.
Your score, had they played Cousins, you'd be down 34-0.
By the way, those games last night, both the baseball and the football, were unbelievable.
Great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I was emailing or texting with my buddy who works at Amazon. He was at that game down in Atlanta. I think it's the best game Amazon's ever had.
I think it is the best Thursday night game in a very long time.
That game was so
So
fun
good.
all the way through.
And you didn't know who was going to win until literally that guy crossed the goal line. Falcons looked dead like 3 times.
Oh, yeah. By the way, subtract $35,000 mythical dollars from my account.
I did.
Okay, good.
Oh, you came up short.
I was on Baker plus 2.5.
Oh, Mace.
Yeah.
Padres manager Mike Schilt announced that Joe Musgrove will not pitch in the NLDS.
Okay.
So Game 4 is not going to be Joe Musgrove. It's probably Martin Perez.
At this point, I just hope there is a Game 4.
No, I hope there isn't, and we sweep.
Yeah, same.
Let's go
that
for the
part.
sweep.
Yeah, but we never sweep them. They swept us last time.
By the way,
we don't want
was
that.
4 games last
the
time.
Mary Hart seat, Beto texted, and I went on StubHub. It looks like about $2,300
Yeah,
per ticket.
It's a lot.
per ticket.
It's a lot.
Per ticket.
I was looking at Top Deck and those are expensive.
Yeah, I mean you can get into the building for about $172, but that's
It's like $190.
as good as it gets. Yeah.
Did it go down?
Joey Parra says, stop trying to get Venice May Schleprock, which I don't know what that means.
Schleprock?
Yeah, behind the Dodger game. So behind to the Dodger game. We don't want the Mason curse anywhere near
is
the
a guy who brings bad luck.
Yeah, said the guy who doesn't realize I was at their World Series.
Right. And the Rams Super Bowl win.
Yeah, and the Rams Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, I've been there for all of it. There's no such thing as a Mason curse. All right, so Ireland, I want to play an exchange for you from yesterday. This is J.J. Redick getting a question about Rui Hachimura, and listen to the way the conversation goes down.
What did you see out of Rui for the Olympics? Make you think that next step for you guys? What is the next
Okay,
step?
let me just step in there. The question is, do you expect Rui to take the next step this year? So now you'll hear.
What did you see out of Rui for the Olympics? Make you think that next step for you guys? What is the next step? You tell me. You tell me. You're creating the narrative. You tell me. What is the next step? I don't care. I don't care about what the next step for Rui is. I care about how he impacts winning on our team. And for me, that's my next step. Okay. Yeah, and I think he can do that.
So he kind of snapped at him, right? He said, "Wait
and
a minute,
I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
But
It
I'm
is
pretty
definitely
sure
who
that's
you think.
Brad Turner from the LA Times.
It is Brad Turner.
And Brad is not going to back down. This could get really interesting.
I just think if you're going to ask J.J. Redick a question in a press situation, you better be very precise, because J.J. is very precise. What's the next step for Rui is sort of a nonsense question. Maybe you could say, what are your expectations for Rui? Then there's not a chance for JJ to come back at you. But in that case, what's the next step? He's throwing the question right back.
I'm fairly confident in saying this. I haven't seen Brad. Brad spends his summers in Paris.
Oh, nice.
Lots and lots of wine for Brad.
Yeah, so I haven't seen him. I'll see him tonight.
Yep.
But I've been on the Laker beat with him for more than 20 years. He doesn't care what you think of his questions. He could be in the Hall of Fame one day. He's not going to back down.
Right, but JJ obviously didn't like the question.
And JJ's not going to back down. So this could be really good for us.
Yeah. I mean, I think
this is going to happen week by week by week.
I love this.
I think there can be some controversy, some controversy, some bridling under the questioning, all that kind of stuff. I think it'll be interesting on a day-to-day basis to see how people cover J.J. Redick and to see J.J. Redick stand up and fire back.
But I see you made a good point, Mason, that you have to be very precise by saying what's the next step. If you don't know what that next step is, he's going to come back at you and he's going to tell you, I have no idea what you're talking about. So
right.
it's going to be really fun to see him actually go back at everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, Brad Turner, Jovan Buha, whoever's there, you better have a good question.
You know what? I got some bad news about Jovan Buha.
What?
Bad Buha news.
Seems like a great guy.
What are you talking about?
Goes on
bad Buha news.
He's great. What are you talking about?
Buha is now in our fantasy basketball league. It's like, how can I possibly? It's Trudell, it's Jovan Buha. It's like every Lakers beat writer, every NBA beat. And
how many teams are in the league?
12.
Is Kevin Ding still in that?
Kevin Ding is still in it. Yes.
I predict, and this is a league you have won.
I have won.
Right?
Yes.
All right. My official prediction for the upcoming season: you will not be last place, Mace. I think you're going to finish 10th.
Where'd you finish last year?
I finished 8th last year.
Have you ever finished in the top 5?
I won.
He's won it.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
won.
won the
See, so
league.
then what are you afraid of?
Oh, that's pre-Buha.
No, pre-Buha. Over?
Look,
okay.
Buha is the team to watch.
I'm surprised Trudell even lets you win. He normally would fix the rules so you can't win.
It totally would be. Like, I'm surprised that he keeps me in. I keep waiting to be kicked out of it because, like, what does Mason know? But,
you know a lot.
But I'm still in there. But Buha, got to watch out.
Who are your keepers?
My keepers are Jalen Brunson,
Good one.
who I've gotten a really late round pick, like an 11th round pick. I think I'm going to keep Emmanuel Quickly, who is like a 10th round pick.
Is he still in New York?
He's in Toronto, I think, right?
Isn't
he still in Toronto?
Toronto?
And then the other one is Scotty Barnes, who I really like a lot. Yeah.
So 2 Raptors.
Oh, yeah, 2 I own that whole Canadian market.
That's probably not the best way to go.
It is 2 Raptors, yeah. It is 2 Raptors. But I like the whole strategy is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is the whole strategy.
Probably need some bigs in there.
I wanted to ask you, Bergman.
Okay.
And you, Ireland, about this question. What is the oldest thing in your house? What is the single oldest thing in your house?
Okay.
Ireland, you've got something older than you in your house, don't you?
I must have. My house was built in 1983, so the house itself is old.
Yeah.
But what do I have in there that's
most
oldest
than
item?
1983. So I have a table. It's a door that they made into a table. It's a big giant door table.
Yep.
And it's an antique. And I had it in my family's when growing up with my family, we had it in that house. It's an antique. It's been around forever. So I took that because it had a lot of memories behind it.
Right.
So that thing is probably 80 years old.
80
somewhere around
years
there.
old.
At
Yeah.
least.
I've got a lamp, and we were figuring out I got a lamp that's 75 years old.
Wow.
It's from 1951. It was in Altoona,
Yeah, I don't think
Pennsylvania,
I
at
have
my
anything
grandmother's
that
house.
old.
Yeah,
my mom, when
love
she
that door
moved
table.
recently, was, you know, how your mom saves all your crap.
Sure.
I was in a, little kids color me mine, pottery class
Right,
when I was
sure.
a kid, and I made a plate, and my mom kept it, and so when she moved, she gave me the plate, but that would have been made in 1969, so you guys got me beat.
Yeah. I love the old, I've got old antique stuff in my house that I totally dig. All right, coming up next for you, Devonte Adams has made a social media post. Have you seen this yet, John?
No.
Now the world is trying to figure out what does it mean. That's coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and I want to talk about my friend Avner Gatt, a public adjuster. Now, many of you guys have asked me, why Avner Gatt? What makes his team so unique at handling insurance claims? So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gatt has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gatt's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gatt and his team. So call Avner Gatt right now, 818-917-5250.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Your game must be 21 and older.
Gear up for game day with GNC. Just like your favorite college team prepares for their matchup each week, you can get ready to crush your fitness goals with GNC. Your coaches are in stores, ready to help you build muscle like a linebacker or slim down after a tough season. They have everything you need, including all the top brands, the new flavors you crave, the hottest protein, pre-workouts, creatine, and more to tackle your fitness goals. Don't wait for the final whistle. Fuel your fitness at GNC. Visit your local GNC or GNC.com today.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Thank
ridiculous.
And Jorge's playing the song that gets stuck in my head. Oh, thanks. I'm so grateful. News from the Packers. Both Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson are out.
They're out. They're both out.
For Sunday's game. Yeah, so that's
big losses.
Those are big losses.
Yeah, you got a chance now.
Yeah. So Ireland, Devonte Adams, who's on the trade block for the Raiders, we assume will be traded sometime in the next couple of weeks, put on Instagram a picture of Edgar Allan Poe. And the quote, is there a quote there, Bergman?
Yeah, so there's two things. There's a picture of just Edgar Allan Poe, and then the next story on Instagram is, believe nothing you hear and half of what you see, Edgar Allan Poe.
So what's your first thought about what Edgar Allan Poe means to Devonte Adams?
Well, Edgar Allan Poe is linked with the Ravens.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's eyeballing the Ravens?
The Ravens, although it's been pointed out that Edgar Allan Poe was actually born in Boston.
In Boston. And where do all the receivers that are the great receivers of the Raiders, where do they go? They go to the Patriots.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to the Patriots now, though.
No. Why? No, Devonte Adams wants to win.
Yeah, I don't care what Devonte Adams wants.
Well, no, and by the way,
and they shouldn't either.
You give me a list, I'm going to get where I can get the best draft pick. That's it. If you want moved, I'm going to move you where I want to, where I can get the best return.
100%.
I don't care.
He also moved. So I did a little digging into Edgar Allan Poe, and he was born in Boston.
Yes.
He moved to Philadelphia, so the Eagles
yeah,
that could be a team, or he died in Baltimore. The Ravens could be something that happens as well.
I don't know that it means anything. Ireland is what's your interpretation?
I'm with you. If he was being linked to the Ravens, one of the 200 NFL reporters who break stories would have it. I think he's just messing with us.
Yeah, but why?
Why Poe?
Right.
Like of all the writers.
Where did you go to Edgar Allan Poe?
Believe it or not, I think the mascot for the Ravens is named Poe.
Yes, he is.
Oh, is he? Yeah,
100%.
it's a bird, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a raven.
He's a raven.
But
I don't know. It must mean something. You just don't randomly. Actually, no. Let's all do it. Let's all put up a random writer without any explanation.
I got Keats.
Yeah, you're going to Keats.
Yeah, I'm going Keats.
I'm going Frost. Ireland. Which writer are you going to go with?
Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons is a good one. Just put up a picture of Bill Simmons with no explanation at all. I think that's
I'm actually going to do it.
What about a picture of Ramona? I can put a picture of Momo. Just
so
totally random.
Oh, you know what you should do?
What?
Jovan Buha.
Oh, Jovan. Buha. Yeah, so anyways, he's out there.
Poe. I just so weird. Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, it's
so
just
Spencer
so random.
writes, Mason and Ireland are the oldest things in their houses. In my case, that might be right. I don't know if there's anything in my house older than me.
Older than
61.
61, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
And Laura says the oldest thing in your house is what?
It was me when you guys asked me. I was
You
like,
are the oldest thing in your house?
36 years old. That is
Oh,
the
wow.
oldest thing in my apartment.
Yeah. See, I have, so Dia de los Muertos is
November 2nd.
November 2nd. And, John, I'm trying to remember if you've seen Coco or not.
No.
Okay.
I've seen parts of it, but I've never seen
You
all
should
of
watch it for Dia de los Muertos because it is a way to honor everyone and everything that has gone before. And I've got like this bookcase kind of thing that I got actually from my grandmother that's probably older than the lamps and stuff I got. But I've got I've got my grandpap's nameplate from the car dealership where he worked. I've got my grandmother's silver cup. I've got my dad's business card from back in the day.
Wow,
I've got
you
all
have an
this stuff.
ofrenda?
I do.
Oh.
I do. I'm a big believer in it. In Ireland, I know you're not a big Coco guy, but you should definitely watch it.
Now, what do you think the odds are that John actually
Zero.
watched it? Okay,
Zero.
then as long as we're on
Well,
the
I
same
would.
page.
The only
Such
way
a
I'll
good
watch
movie.
it is if Jack wants to watch it, I'd watch it with him.
Yeah.
But that'd be about it.
Did you watch Inside Out 2?
I have not watched. Too many feelings for me.
There are a
Such a
lot
good
of
That was the
movie.
movie. That was the movie that Mason referred to for months as Inside Me, which is some porn movie that he watched.
Yeah, no, I did 5 years ago.
That was on a
Have you
totally
seen
different
Inside
website.
Me?
Yeah.
I saw that one too.
Have you seen it? Ireland.
What do you call
is-
that, Jorge? Like IMH in my house, something like that.
EMC, not AMC. It's EMC. And Mi Casa.
Hey, mi casa. There you go. So, what's your confidence level for the Dodgers this
Great
weekend?
question. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, my confidence level is a 4.
Ooh, that's too low.
That is low.
But it's realistic. What's yours?
My confidence level is a 5.5.
Wait, so what is this?
Slightly more than half the chance they can win.
Is this to win both games? Or just
win the series?
To win the series.
To
okay,
win the
to win the
series,
series. I am at a 7.
A
strong 7.
Wow.
Yep. I really feel good about the series. I don't understand why you feel so bad about
Well,
it.
81% of ESPN's experts are picking the Padres.
They don't know anything.
You're in the 19%.
Well, I mean, the main reason, Bergman, is that the Padres had the best second half of anybody. I mean,
they beat the Dodgers more than the Dodgers beat
in
them
their
this
last
year.
64 games. They went 45-19.
They were the hottest team in baseball after the All-Star break, and you're talking about how they played against the Dodgers 3 months ago. I don't care how you played against the Dodgers 3 months ago when they had Kevin Biggio at first base, when they had Nick Ahmed playing a lot of games. I don't care about those
But
times.
they were beating my point is, down the stretch, they were beating everybody.
They were beating everybody.
They cut a 10-game lead down to a 2-game lead at some point.
Greg, you're guilty of picking with your heart and not your head here.
I've-
All statistical information leans Padres.
When I saw
Although
them
Vegas
head-to-head-
still leans Dodgers.
Yeah, if you watch them head-to-head last week, the Dodgers took 2 of 3, and it wasn't actually as close as that. The second and third game, they beat them pretty decently.
Well, and
actually.
it took a triple play to win the first game.
Exactly.
Too.
I saw Robert Suarez have trouble against the Dodgers.
Yeah, Robert Suarez is a weakness in that bullpen, no question.
And that's the closer. I saw Jason Adams just the other day against the Braves give up 2 runs, allow that game to get close to make it 5-4. I saw them also hit Tanner Scott, who's another one of their bullpen pieces. They hit him pretty good. Everything that I've seen from the Dodgers against the Padres is them playing well against the Padres the last time I saw them.
Here's what I see. A huge pitching advantage for the Padres.
Is it that huge?
It is.
I don't think it's that
We're
huge.
starting a guy who hasn't thrown more than 4 innings in 6 weeks.
You paid him $300 million to be in this exact spot.
That's all fine and well, but he hasn't given you 5 innings in more than 6 weeks.
And I don't think the Dodgers care that he doesn't give him 5 innings. They would prefer him
because he's not going to.
They prefer him. They prefer him to give him 5,
Right.
even 6.
See,
but they have the bullpen, and the bullpen that pitched really well last week against the Padres that can handle those last 6 innings.
I
they
agree,
have it.
But with Yamamoto, you're probably going to tax your bullpen more in Game 1 than you would if it was Flaherty.
And then Flaherty in Game 2 stops that taxing and goes 6. And then you're okay. Then you only have 3 innings that you have to deal with. I think they fully believe in this bullpen, and the Dodgers believe that their hitting can hit the Padres bullpen as well.
Yeah.
You saw what they did against Cease last time. They were patient and got him out after 5 innings.
Okay, here's one thing that I think is incredibly important. We don't know the answer on Kiermaier. Kiermaier is maybe not right now because of a dislocated finger. But I think defense is at a premium in this series. This is a team that had the best batting average in the league as a team, 263, had the lowest strikeout rate in the league. It is hard to strike out the Padres. I think it was like 17.6%. Wasn't even close in terms of strikeout rate. They're so far ahead. So they're going to put the ball in play, which means the way you play defense is going to be critical. That's why guys like Edman, that's why guys like Rojas at short, that's you've got, and potentially Kiermaier, you've got to be able to field the baseball, and you've got to play great defense against this team.
I think you're absolutely right about that, especially with this team. And they have the ability to do that. They have Gold Glovers in a lot of different positions and high-level players at every defensive position for the most part.
Yeah.
Teoscar Hernandez is a little bit rough in left field.
But he's fine. It's left field.
Muncy can be rough at third. But for the most part, every single position is built with a guy that plays great defense.
Right.
So I feel good about that portion of it, too.
Yeah, I feel good about the defense. I feel bad. The only part of the team I worry about is the starting pitching. And I can't believe we're in the same spot we were last year.
I think we're in a better spot this year.
Based on the starters.
Yamamoto and Flaherty, I feel much
Who
better
were our
about
starters last year?
Bobby Miller, Clayton Kershaw, Lance
Lynn.
And
Those are bam, bam, bam. And this year we're Yamamoto for a few, Flaherty for hopefully a few more, and Buehler hopefully.
Buehler, actually, I hate to say it, but he was really
really
good
good
down
last
the stretch.
start.
He
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And so I feel good about the guys they have out there, honestly, and I feel better about our bullpen than their bullpen, and I think that's a big part of this too.
You know what I think the chances were 1-12, and now they're 1-8 that the Dodgers win the World Series.
I wonder how you got to
Where
that.
did you get that?
Where did I get that? There are 8 teams left.
There was 12
They
teams,
are one of
and
them.
now there's 8
And there
teams.
were 12 teams, and now 4 of them are gone.
That's some solid analysis there.
Well done.
Yeah, there's
you really got to
seriously.
went deep for those
but no,
numbers.
here's the thing. It's a crapshoot. I think any of those 4 teams can win the pennant. Any of those 4 teams.
Of course they can. I just feel
Except
better
maybe the
about-
Mets.
You know, and everybody else doesn't have the one guy that you need the most, Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, and it's true. It's true. I mean,
He's
season.
the best player in the game.
Look,
Shohei is now naked.
if
That too,
if he hits, the Dodgers will win.
100%. And he's been the hottest player in baseball for the last.
He's never
2
been
weeks.
Facts.
Correct. He's never been there.
So we don't know.
But we've seen him in high pressure
he's
moments. We've
never
seen
been
him
there.
in high leverage
But he's
moments.
delivered.
He's delivered
He's
when it
delivered
matters.
in
never been there.
high
Whether
pressure
it's
moments.
striking
never
out
been
Mike
there.
Trout or
Why are
it's-
you being negative Nancy now?
Yeah, why are you going
never been
south
there.
on
I'm
the
just saying
Dodgers?
he's never been there.
Yeah, I have no. Does anybody have any question that he's going to deliver? I just feel like when he's at the plate, I feel very confident.
Down the stretch, he went 12 for 13 with runners in scoring
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, no,
in the
it's nuts.
In the biggest moments of his career this season, he got to 40-40 by a walk-off grand slam. He got to 50-50 by having the greatest game in the history of baseball. When we saw him in the WBC just the other year, he struck out Mike Trout to get out of it and win for Japan. Every time the lights are brightest, he comes up big.
I agree.
He delivers and some.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, we're going to do some What's Up, Fool. We got Ryan Abraham, USCFootball.com, coming up for you at 2 o'clock today. And then at 2:15, our Big 5 picks. I've got all those laid out. It is a big football, baseball Friday. Oh, and we got basketball tonight, too. We got Lakers on the floor for the first time this year. Exhibition game out at Acrisure Arena in Palm Springs. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, let me talk to you guys about Toyota and the Southern California Toyota dealers. For as long as I've been lucky enough to be doing this, and really for as long as I can remember, the championship mindset that's always been associated with Toyota and the Southern California Toyota dealers is readily evident. Why? Year after year, Toyota delivers quality, reliability, and simply the best vehicles on the road. And right now, brand new inventory is waiting for you. You can choose from an amazing selection of cars, trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and EVs. Great deals waiting for you now. All you got to do is see your Southern California Toyota dealers or visit Toyota.com. Toyota, we make it easy.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Great like you just won the finals with our crisp and refreshing sparkling Prosecco. Find Francis Coppola Diamond Collection wines today at a store near you. Francis Coppola Winery, Geyserville, Sonoma County, California. Please drink responsibly.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Hey, it's Mace. NBA basketball is 18 days away, and the best place to watch all the action is Cosm. It's revolutionary technology bringing the sports experience to life. Visit Cosm.com. Enjoy NBA action in shared reality all season long.
This is the Rams Report. Here's Travis Rogers.
After the first 4 weeks of the season, the Rams find themselves in a very serious hole after a 24-18 loss to the Chicago Bears drops their record to 1-3. The Rams dominated in just about every statistical category that there is, getting more first downs than the Bears, getting better on third down than the Bears, more total yards, more offensive plays, and more yardage per play. But the categories that matter the most, turnovers, 2 for the Rams, none for the Chicago Bears, and of course, on the scoreboard at 24-18. Kyron Williams, a good day on the ground, 19 carries, 94 yards. He did get into the end zone for a 7th consecutive game, averaging nearly 5 yards per play. Ronnie Rivers doing a good job on the ground as well. 6 carries, 26 yards, just a little over 4 yards per carry. The Rams dropped to 1-3. Up next, the Green Bay Packers at SoFi Stadium. With Wednesday's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
That's today's Rams Report on your home of Rams football. 710 ESPN.
And the real deal is official. Congratulations to the law offices of Jacob and Rani, the official chosen legal partner of the Los Angeles Rams. If you're hurt in an accident, you need a big win, call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB, or remember, calljacob.com.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like rowing upstream. But it's a river, a whitewater river, and the only paddles you have are pool noodles. Then when a new to-do pops up, you're like, nope, I'm already rowing upstream with these pool noodle paddles. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to get personalized discounts with a commercial auto insurance quote online. So your to-do list is smooth sailing. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverages and discounts not available in all states and subject to policy terms and underwriting.
Hey football fans, with BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's Mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thanks a lot, Brian Cranston. All right, so, John, I think, and Mace, I think what I just saw was that the Mets have announced their Game 1 starter, and that is Kodai Senga.
Oh.
Kodai Senga.
Oh, is he the guy that throws that really weird pitch?
The ghost ball that just I swear to God, it just dives and disappears.
See, it's interesting because he's pitched in one game this season. One game, and it was just earlier like last week or the week before. He's only pitched in one game. How do you feel about pitching a guy in game 1 of a playoff series who's only pitched once this year?
I think it's really smart. I think that the other team hasn't seen him, and he's got that ghost ball Mason was talking about, and the Mets weren't supposed to be here anyway. A week ago, the Mets were on the outside looking in. Now they won one of those games in Atlanta in that doubleheader to get into the wild card, and now they've advanced. Mace, I think it's brilliant.
I think, given the fact that they burned 3 starters in the wild card round, it makes sense to go to Senga here. And if he's right, he may be their best pitcher. If he's right, he may be their best pitcher. So if I can get him in there for game 1, fresh, I roll with Kodai Senga.
Why do you feel like that for Kodai Senga but not for Yamamoto?
Because I've seen Kodai Senga. Oh, you're saying because I haven't seen? Because I saw Kodai pitch last year and the year before. Before that,
there's team the Padres team
once.
The Phillies have not seen Senga, right?
They saw him last year. They saw him last year.
Yeah, so if they haven't seen him, why not throw him out?
But I mean, to me,
Yamamoto saw the Padres once at the very beginning of the season.
The difference is the Mets have just burned 3 starting pitchers. They have to go to somebody else. The Dodgers are electing to throw Yamamoto in Game 1 when they could throw anybody they got.
Yeah, they wanted to pitch him twice.
Yes.
Yep.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So maybe about a month ago, I said that I might be going over to Mason's side. And instead of taking Ubers, I would take a Waymo until I did. I saw this happened already 3 times in LA. So the Waymo is stopped with somebody in the car, but it won't move because there's people either in front of it, like homeless people.
Okay.
And then that was one. The other one, people were graffitiing the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday when I was hanging out with Janice, we noticed that somebody stepped in front of the car and was just like doing funny faces, and somebody was inside, trying to get to their destination.
Right.
So after that, I don't know, Mace. I don't think I could do it.
Can I just ask you, when somebody stands in front of any car,
well, yeah, you're not going to go
forward. In other
really
words,
good point.
If a car comes by and you step out in the road and you make funny faces at it, does the car just drive through you?
No,
or
but
what
that's
happens?
my point, because like if there's a person driving it, you can go around it or try to maneuver it, but the Waymo can't do that.
The one,
I didn't see it.
At least my experience with the Waymo is it can do it. By the way, I drove by 3 accidents today on my way on the 10. I didn't drive by any Waymo accidents.
Listen,
there are way more people having accidents that are real drivers than those computerized AI ones.
After that, but that wasn't even my whole point.
Oh,
My
what
thing
was
is,
your point?
my question was, how would you feel being trapped in that car? Well, either somebody's in front of it or someone's like graffitiing on it. Because that's been going around a lot, actually.
Wait,
the
so you
graffiti.
can't get out of the car?
Well, you could, I'm
Yeah, you can
guessing.
get out of the
but
car.
I'm talking about like
the car while you're in the car.
Yeah,
right?
like
but that's just criminal behavior. That
I
could happen
know.
with any car.
I mean,
Why-
again, but the person can kind of maneuver. The Waymo that I
Waymo
saw.
can definitely
they're saying
maneuver. The
if
Waymo
you're-
can turn around
Well,
somebody.
If you're the driver and somebody's standing in front of the car and the people are graffitiing it, you would back up, you would go forward,
Yes.
you move around, you try to get out of the situation.
I don't know that
a Waymo is not.
I don't know the Waymo won't do that.
I
just
didn't see it. That's what I'm saying. I saw this is literally happening in front of my eyes, and the Waymo's just stuck there.
I'll take my chances in a Waymo, regardless.
No, John.
Take my chances on
I'm
a Waymo.
that
I'm with you, Laura.
Yeah,
Drivers
I'm
are
on your
dumb.
side now. I'm on your
If I
side.
see one more person texting, you dumbasses texting are ridiculous.
That's why
I
CarPlay
cannot
exists.
believe people are texting.
No, that's why CarPlay exists.
Why? What?
CarPlay.
So you don't have to.
Oh,
You don't
well,
have
can
to.
say, hey Siri,
Yeah,
do
hey
this,
Siri.
Hey Siri. But no,
Siri?
that's not what people are doing.
Yeah, he doesn't have Siri.
I
He
know,
has
he's
I have
Siri.
Siri. I have
Yeah.
a fancy.
Siri, like from 30 Rock?
Fancy assistant. Yes. No, but I really do believe Waymo is safer than me driving.
I don't know. No.
What's up,
I'd rather
Foo?
call you because I can't text you back, right, Greg?
That's true.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, I was
What are you
like, wait.
trying to
I
say,
can't
sir?
text and drive, man.
You cannot text and drive. You're
I was
absolutely
like,
right.
what happened
What's
here?
up, Foo?
Nothing. That's between us.
Oh, clearly.
By the way, just to add to that,
Yes.
Waymo has 70% fewer accidents than human drivers.
I'm not disagreeing
Laura's
with that.
got more accidents than way more.
Do you have a lot of accidents, Laura?
No, I don't.
Have you had a bunch of?
No,
Oh, yeah, she has.
I've been.
Don't lie, dog. Look at the
Well, if
stars.
you would have
Look at the
shut up
stars.
and let
Yeah.
me talk,
Yeah.
I've actually been in accidents, but I've been a passenger. I almost died in a few of them.
God.
So if you want to make fun of that,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Jorge.
Oh, jeez.
You
This
jerk.
feels like
Oh,
Pepe and
stop.
Michael
See,
right
she had
now.
to go
You
all
jerk.
like
You had to
there.
go
Oh,
dark.
come on. We're
You had
talking
to
about
go dark.
accidents here.
When I see you driving today, I'm going to step out in the middle of the road and make a bunch of funny faces.
I am too. What
Graffiti
the hell?
car, and then graffiti the car while going.
Why you want to graffiti
And
my
then
car?
make-
I don't even
and
have
then
a
make
good
fun
car.
of you after it.
What's up, Foo?
All right, I was gonna go to this story, but it's a little dark, so now I'm not gonna
Yeah,
go that
let's
way.
not do dark. It's Friday.
All right, so I read a story about when Will Smith was filming the
Oh, I saw
Men
this
in
story.
Black.
This is
Yeah,
very
this is funny.
that he shut down production for 3 hours because he let one rip. And it smelled so bad that they actually had to evacuate the set again for 3 hours.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm serious. This is
No,
what
I
it
read
says.
this. She's described it perfectly.
Yep.
So my question is, we've probably been around people who have ripped one. Do you guys, did it really have to be 3 hours of evacuation?
so
like, how bad?
This happened to me in the back of a plane once.
Oh.
And somebody just let one go
Yeah, that's
and
not
didn't. Well, I mean, you wouldn't own up to it because it was really bad. But we were all looking around for a good 10 minutes to see who this was, and at least 3 different people got up and walked away. It was like super weird.
That's 10 minutes and 3 hours.
Okay, so
Yeah,
here's
that's a lot.
Here, if you read a little deeper into the story, they were
where they were.
shooting a scene in a small sealed vehicle.
Oh,
That's
okay.
when he ripped one.
Yeah, you know that scene where like they press the red button and then goes like they're trying to avoid.
Like, you go into like a room, right?
Right. So they're in this little confined space. The crew, like the gaffer, couldn't. He wasn't getting a whiff. But Tommy Lee Jones is like, "What the hell is going on in here?" So that's why it was a small, concealed space that Will Smith ripped one.
That makes sense. Is this like MIB4? Is this Men in Black 4 or something like that? Tommy Lee Jones
No,
and
this
Will Smith?
was I believe
it was the
the
original Men in
original
Black.
one.
Jones was the original.
The
Men in
first
Black
one.
too.
Yeah,
Men in
yeah.
Black.
This
Men
is
in
Men in
Black.
Black?
Yeah, Men in Black.
Oh, yeah. That's 3 hours is absolutely
Well, I mean,
insane
Will
to me.
apparently
How
has got a
bad
problem.
and what did he eat? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to know, D, but
No,
if
but
that's
I mean,
served
it's
for
his
3
table and
hours,
let her rip.
like beep, beep.
What's up, fool?
All right, so I have a question for you guys. We always have these debates about Northern Cal, Southern Cal, and I found this article interesting. It says that they polled Californians to see what the unofficial boundary between Northern California and Southern California was. And what do you guys think people said?
I think it's Fresno.
Oh,
Fresno.
Fresno.
Oh, that's good. Who?
Northern and Southern California.
Fresno, it's like Central California. Would you say Fresno's in Northern or Southern California?
I would say that's central.
Right.
Central.
So I think that's the dividing line.
Like
if you
San
live
Luis
south
Obispo?
of Fresno, you're a Southern Californian. If you live north of Fresno, like we get Santa Barbara, we get
we get Santa Barbara.
Montecito.
But I think it cuts off
They
somewhere
get
around
San Luis Obispo. All right.
Right.
Okay.
Like Monterey. Is Monterey?
Monterey's
No, that's
That's
northern.
northern.
That's
for
north.
sure.
Okay, so
North.
San Luis Obispo, is that south?
I think it's
That's north.
That's a little
I think
No,
that's
that's
north.
central. I would think more south
Well,
or
no,
central.
we're looking at the break line. So
So am
we-
I. Yeah, it goes Monterey
Is
and
St. Louis
Obispo
is San Luis
right at the
Obispo
break line
south of
below.
Fresno, Greg?
Is San Luis Obispo is south of Fresno.
Yeah.
Right.
Then okay, then we get it.
Then we get
Yeah,
it.
we
Like
okay,
it goes
we get
if
San Luis.
that break line is San Luis Obispo, Bakersfield, San Bernardino.
Okay, who gets Morro Bay? I want to know who gets Morro
Oh,
Bay.
that's
That big
northern.
rock.
That's northern.
I love that rock. I think that's
So-
like one of the coolest
Isn't
things.
that
You guys went
San
so
Obispo?
deep into this because it was so simple for the poll. It was we have Vons,
Yeah.
Northern Cal has Safeway. So they're saying the moment that it goes from Safeway to Vons, you have officially crossed over.
There's a Safeway in Corona Del Mar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
This poll sucks.
This theory has failed.
It's like the Johns. I
We're
don't know.
going with
Johns.
Fresno.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what they said, that was the dividing line between Northern and Southern California was the Safeway and the Vons.
Okay.
Speaking of Men in Black, did you guys see that story where David Schwimmer turned that down a long time ago?
Yes.
And he was doing
Yeah.
the pallbearer instead of that. And
He
he's-
turned down
Men
the
in
Will
Black.
Smith
Yeah.
role in Men in Black.
Oh,
My
if you want to
God.
go down this rabbit hole,
Sliding
there have
doors,
been, there have
damn.
been people that have turned down stuff that you wouldn't believe. I mean, that a lot of great actors have turned down stuff that other people took and just ran with it.
Yep.
It wasn't for them.
What's
But
that?
like, if he had done that movie, he would have hit. Clearly, he's like the least of the friends.
Well, my thing is just
Wait a minute, is that not true? Isn't he the least? Wouldn't you rank him
No.
I
at
would
the
Phoebe.
bottom of the friends?
Phoebe.
No, Phoebe was hilarious. Smelly
was
cat.
smelly
She's
cat.
great.
Oh, I'm talking about like overall.
No, I'm talking about just
in the show.
in
the
terms
show?
of best friends. If you were to do the Friends power rankings,
I think you might be right.
Yeah, he was the most whiny and annoying.
he was whiny and annoying.
Yeah.
Right, and he could have been Will Smith in Men in Black. Yeah, exactly.
Mace, did you know Jack Nicholson turned down Al Pacino's role in The Godfather?
Really?
Wow.
I didn't know
Yeah.
it.
John Travolta turned down Forrest Gump.
Did you know that James Caan turned down One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Han Solo in Star Wars, and Superman?
Wow.
That's like one of the worst.
Robin
Turned all of it
Williams
down?
turned
Yeah,
down
turned
the
all of it down.
lead in The Shining. He would have been good in that.
He would have been good.
Oh, he
he
would've been
would have
great.
been good. Although it's hard to picture anybody else doing that.
No, well, that's usually how it is, though. All these guys, you can't imagine anybody else playing those roles.
By the way, the other one is Burt Reynolds turned down James Bond
Oh, I
and
heard
Han
that.
Solo.
I mean, but so many people have played Bond.
No, there's like 6 Bonds,
There's
right?
like 7 or 8.
No,
of them,
how
aren't
many
there?
Bonds are there?
Have they
now?
decided on the next one or no?
No,
They haven't.
They have not.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, they did. It's
'Cause
Aaron
Daniel-
Taylor Johnson.
Really?
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson, I'm pretty sure, is the new James Bond. Who played Bond? There
Daniel
aren't
Craig was the last one, I think.
Daniel
I
Craig.
literally typed in how many bonds is there, and it says there are 4 types of bonds: interactions, iconic, covalent, hydrogen bonds. It's a chemistry answer.
Oh, got it.
I was like, oh.
So Sean Connery, Roger Moore, George Lazenby, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig, Daniel Niven,
David
Niven, and now Aaron Taylor Johnson. So that's 8.
So Daniel Craig was great. Sean Connery, probably the best. Pierce Brosnan, I thought just okay. Roger Moore, too funny. Timothy Dalton, awful. George Lazenby only got 1 movie. David Niven was in the Woody Allen version of it. And I don't know who Barry Nelson is. I've got Barry Nelson also on the list.
Did you guys know that Molly Ringwald turned down the lead in Pretty Woman?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a bad idea there.
Henry Winkler turned down the lead role in Grease. He would have been perfect.
God, you know, it's funny. You have an experience with a famous person, and then it sticks with you forever. So this is my Molly Ringwald story. So I was doing the Snyder Show, and I was a guest that night. He would often have me on, like, at the very beginning of the show for, like, a little 5-minute monologue.
Like a radio
kind of
preview kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would go on, and then the guest was... who is that guy? Hugh Hewitt was the guest. Okay, and then Molly Ringwald was third. And Molly Ringwald stormed out. Now, again, I was just there for the monologue. Molly Ringwald stormed out saying, I don't go third. I have never gone third on any show. I won't go third.
Wow.
Yeah, guess who you are.
Damn, Molly. Took that seriously. All right, coming up next, we're going to do some USC football. We got Ryan Abraham, USCfootball.com coming up. And then we've got our Big 5 picks of the week. All the games that we care about against the spread. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS Top Safety Picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Right now, for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end October 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
The USC Trojans 3-1. 1-1 in the Big Ten overall. And joining us right now as we get ready for USC at Minnesota tomorrow is Ryan Abraham from USCfootball.com. Ryan, welcome. I guess you're in Minnesota, is that right?
Yeah, I'm actually in the Mall of America on a mini golf course. So
I love that.
I don't know if you've ever been. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, good for you. That's great. Ryan, let me start here. I was surprised that USC was down 21-10 at half. I think they were surprised. Can I fault the defense, or do you think it had more to do with field position and turnovers, why they fell behind by 11 at half?
You know, I think that special teams gaffe where you end up giving Wisconsin the ball at the USC 18, they score one play later. I think overall, I'm pretty impressed with what Danton Lynn and the defense have done. There have been some explosive plays. There was a big passing touchdown Wisconsin had early that was maybe uncharacteristic of what they normally do on offense. And you remember the Michigan game, most of their offense was on 3 plays. So I think they've given up some explosives, but for the most part, I think it's more been on the offensive side of the ball, not being as consistent as maybe you would have liked. And I think that it was more of a slow start on the offensive side for Wisconsin than against Wisconsin than on the defensive side.
And they only allowed, in the second half, this is amazing, they only allowed 82 yards of offense in the second half of that game.
And, Mace, the Michigan game was like that, too. I know Michigan scored on the last drive, but until that last drive, they were really good.
But, Ryan, we always used to say about Pete Carroll, halftime adjustments, no matter what happened in the first half, Pete was going to figure it out. Is this not a case where down 21-10 at the half, Lincoln Riley, Danton Lynn, that coaching staff, nobody panicked, and they just played through it? I thought that was a really good sign for the program.
No, I think you're right. I think the halftime adjustments, I think we talk about that a lot. When you talk to the players and coaches, it's not necessarily there's changing, drawing up plays on the whiteboard or anything like that, but just kind of resetting the intensity a little bit, kind of figuring out, hey, we haven't done this well, we got to clean this up, and just sort of kind of getting everyone on the same page there. But they've made those kind of changes. I think, a lot of the Clay Helton years we were watching, USC was awful in the third quarter. They would not score. They would give up a lot of points. To see this USC defense be able to shut teams down in the third quarter and the second half overall, I think that's been one of the bright spots. Just what is this defense doing? Yeah, they're going to give up some plays, but in general, they're playing a lot better in the second half and putting a lot more pressure on the opposition if they have to catch up or whatever in the second half. They're just not able to do it and score points on these guys.
Ryan, the first time I saw Zachariah Branch play, I went, oh, God, they've got the new Reggie Bush. They've got a new electric kick returner, a guy that's going to make a ton of big plays. He's been good. I thought he would be better. Am I being too hard on Zachariah Branch?
I think a lot of the fan base was the same there, same place, John. I think he bulked up a little bit in the offseason, and he's still a really dynamic player. But I feel like there was a lot of pressure on him, and especially in the return game that, in the Wisconsin, that muff punt that really cost USC. But it really started with the first punt. It was a 74-yarder that was like a low-line drive that probably should have been blocked, but he didn't really have a chance to return it, and I think it put some pressure on him to try to make a big play. So I think it's more about just, hey, in the return game, just kind of let it come to you. If you got some room, you're going to take a return. Otherwise, just call for a fair catch. And on the offensive side, I think they have so many receivers that it's almost like a different guy each week. Where that first week it was Kyron Hudson had 2 of the SportsCenter top 10 plays with his catches. But Zach Branch was the leading receiver for the Michigan game. So I think it's spreading around on offense a little bit. He'll have his big plays, but I am looking for him to make some more some big plays in the return game, because it's just kind of been hit or miss there, and I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself to try to make one of those big plays.
And Jacoby Lane obviously had a gigantic game. He's such a big guy. You can throw the ball in his vicinity and he's going to find a way to get it, right?
He's great, and along with Deuce Robinson, who had a touchdown against Wisconsin, it was kind of a big receiver game, but it was more about Jacoby Lane in that one. And I'm curious if we see those two guys kind of go off here against Minnesota. I don't think they have a corner that's going to be as big enough to try to match up with those guys. And I think that's something that can travel. Even if you're not getting open, when you throw to either one of those guys, they can just make contested catches because they're so much bigger usually than the DB. So they had big games against Wisconsin. I'm curious to see if they do the same thing here in Minneapolis.
By the way, with Wisconsin, there was a moment there in the first half where I thought, oh, man, maybe we're not as good as I thought we were going to be. And then they emerged in the second half. It felt like a Big Ten football game, Wisconsin being at the Coliseum. And I feel like now, after seeing them play a few games in the Big Ten, USC belongs in the Big Ten. This whole idea that they're going to get steamrolled once they get to the Big Ten and they can't play with – no, they belong exactly where they are, and they're playing really, really well.
I agree with you, and we're seeing a different style where punting is a bigger part of some of these games, and USC is not scoring as much, but I think they've matched a lot of the physicality, and they're playing. They need to play better on the offensive line for sure, but you're going to see some contrast in styles where Minnesota is a top 5 defensive team, but they haven't played dynamic passing offenses. They played Michigan, who doesn't throw the ball. They played Iowa, who doesn't like to throw the ball. they've only given up one touchdown pass all year. So this is where you're going to see, okay, does USC come in and Miller Moss throw 3 touchdowns, or is it going to be like a grind out kind of game? I think USC showed they could play a lot of that Big Ten style, but you have to do what you do well, and USC throws the ball very well. So that's where I think the clash is going to be. Can USC go in there? It's one of those defenses that, we haven't given up anything all year, but you haven't really played a great offense, and USC goes in and put up some points. So, but I think you're right. They played that Big Ten style, but they can also play still like the old Pac-12 kind of score a bunch of points style too. So we'll see where that mix goes, but it's good that they've been able to hold up to some of the scrutiny about just not getting pushed around in every Big Ten game.
We're talking to Ryan Abraham. Ryan, I'm not sure what to make of Minnesota. They're not very good. They're 2-3. They lost to North Carolina, who it turns out is terrible now, but they almost beat Michigan. They only lost by 3 to Michigan. How good are the Gophers?
You know, it's a dangerous team, and they've actually lost their last 6 Big Ten games, and they haven't beat a Power 4 team in quite a while. So it's one of those things where they're dangerous enough, though, that you don't want to be that team that gets over, they get over on you. So I think USC, and the schedule this year sets it up this way, there's a lot of games that you could lose, but I think they're all very winnable as well. They showed a lot of grit in that second half, and they scored points on a really tough Michigan defense.
Yep.
They got a big special teams play, and that helped.
Right. They
So
were down
this is
24.
definitely one
They
you
were
have
down
to play well.
24-3 in that game, right? And they stormed all the way back.
They came back, so they can do it. So I think it's just one of those things, John, that for USC, this is like, hey, we have to play well. They played good halves the last couple of weeks, but it'd be better to play maybe good 3 quarters going into it. I don't think you can play, take off the first half and expect to win these games week in and week out. So they're a dangerous team, but you're right. Like, they just haven't had a whole lot of success when it comes to Power 5 teams in the last year or so.
Is there a danger of the Trojans looking ahead to what I think it's fair to call it the game of the year at the Coliseum next week against Penn State?
I think it has to be a possibility because it is a big matchup. But I think just trying last week, you were really trying to get your first ever Big Ten win. And, they had a chance against Michigan 2 weeks ago, but now you're trying to get your first ever Big Ten road win, your first true road win of the season. So I think there's enough that you could focus on that you want to make this work with, still potentially having like that Penn State game in the back of your head. But I think they really do want to try to go out and get a win, have a winning record in the conference. And I think it shows you could lose to Michigan and maybe even lose to Penn State, but still be in the playoff consideration, still be in the, if you're losing one Big Ten game, in the chance to, play for the Big Ten title. So I think they have to be focused on this one. I think they are, but there's probably a little bit of you kind of looking ahead to that Penn State game, which is going to be an amazing weekend of football with Oregon, Ohio State. There's so many good games next weekend. It should be a lot of fun.
All right, Ryan, last thing from me. I don't know if you had to watch the Thursday night game last night, but Drake London basically announced himself as the new wide receiver 1 in Atlanta. They could not guard him. He had 12 catches from Kirk Cousins, and it looks like he has a chance to be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL ever to come out of USC. Surprising to you that we all knew London was good, and he was good when he was at SC. Do you think he'd be this good?
He's looking great. And it may be a slower start to the season than we would have liked, but I felt like his size was something that was going to translate to the NFL. We've seen some speedy guys, and they can kind of come in and out, but when they're these bigger guys that are athletic, they just seem to have some longevity. And it can be, like I said, with throwing a ball to Jacoby Lane or Deuce Robinson, like when Kirk Cousins knows he can kind of just throw it up. Drake London, the most impressive thing to me was his catch radius. He had so many contested catches when he was at USC because they just didn't scheme guys open. And I feel like that was something that was going to translate. Watching that game last night, he was absolutely amazing. And I think just that kind of skill set where he's got the size, good enough speed, but the catch radius where you have the quarterback has a lot of confidence in what you're doing, and he can just throw the ball to you. I thought it would work, but I didn't know it was going to be this good.
Yeah. So last thing for me, Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes. How many have you been to since you got to Minnesota?
Only drove by a couple, but I don't know. I think there's 10,000 stores in this mall. We're just walking around forever trying to figure out what's going on.
Now, is it still a closed mall, and is it still because all our closed malls died?
Are all the stores open, or are like half of them shut down?
Or is it just like Auntie Anne's pretzels and that's it?
No, there's a lot. There's a lot of restaurants. I think there's like 50-something restaurants. I haven't seen anything closed yet. We walked around for a little while. Like I said, we're literally playing mini golf. And I rode a roller coaster earlier. So there's a lot of stuff in this mall.
Rode the roller coaster, played the mini golf, all at the Mall of the Americas. Listen, we are excited for tomorrow. Go USC, go Trojans, and we'll be watching and talk to you next week, man.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, there's Ryan Abraham, USCfootball.com. Tell you what, Laura, you ready? You ready, Laura? Give me 25,000 mythical dollars on USC minus 9.5. Minus 8.5. It's not 9.5. It's 8.5. I don't want to lose
Every point
that point.
counts.
Yeah, it definitely does. So 25K.
Gotcha.
USC minus.
Gotcha.
Bergman, who's UCLA losing to this week?
They are losing to
Penn
Penn
State
State at
at
9
Penn
o'clock in
State.
the morning on Big Noon Saturday.
Happy Valley.
Well, at least they'll be home for dinner.
Happy Valley will not be happy for. Although I'll tell you, they're on a roll. They can cover with the best.
2 in a row.
Yeah. So we'll do the Big 5 games coming up next, including USC and Minnesota, the Rams, the Raiders, the Bruins, all that stuff coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Just like in sports, you can never predict an accident. It will come when you least expect it. Travis Rogers here with DeMarco Farr to tell you about our friend, Joseph S. Normont.
If you're in any accident, call Joseph at 213-747-2000.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
To help with moving and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
Enter for a chance to win the ultimate winery experience at Francis Ford Coppola Winery. With airfare for 2, a 2-night hotel stay and a winery tour. Enter at ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 and a California resident. Prize awarded as a gift card. Francis Ford Coppola Winery, Geyserville, Sonoma County, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Come out for a day of golf and fun and help support the men and women who fight for our freedom. On Monday, November 11th, the Pacific Palms Resort in the City of Industry will play host to the 2024 Land of the Free Foundation Veterans Day Golf Classic. All proceeds from the tournament will go directly to charities who support the men and women of our armed forces. For more information on the tournament, please visit the website landofthe.freefoundation.org or give them a call at 562-833-4361.
Hey, it's Mace. NBA basketball is 18 days away, and the best place to watch all the action is Cosm. It's revolutionary technology bringing the sports experience to life. Visit Cosm.com. Enjoy NBA action in shared reality all season long.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
Hey football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
I don't think you're wrong.
I've got you cornered on that issue.
You totally did. And it doesn't matter. You're absolutely right, but at the same time, it's going to happen
that's
anyway,
so
buddy.
Funny. So funny, Ireland. Bergman just told me that the moment he hears a guest on the radio, he changes channels.
For the most part.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
and then next week, he told me they're doing special shows next week from 7 to 9 in the morning.
That's right.
And Bergman said, Wednesday is just going to be him and guests. I'm like, I turn the radio off the moment I hear a guest.
I asked him, do you want to come on at all?
Yeah,
and he goes, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
7 to 9, sleeping.
So you could turn them off, Greg.
And I said, yes, you're absolutely right, but I got to do what I got to do. Like Jeff
Got you
Spiegel from
cornered.
Dr. Blue will come on with me, those types of things.
Okay, I wanted to read one tweet here. This is from a guy named Josh Santa Maria. He tweets this. Come on! I called in on time for Sports Graffiti and have a bone to pick with Venice Mace. It was a valid one. Furthermore, he talks too much, taking up valuable airtime.
That's what you get paid to do.
I did my part. It's a talk show.
Yeah, let's see what happens if you don't speak.
Yeah, let's be quiet on the talk show.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
So, if Josh Santa Maria wants to call right now, leave one line open for Josh Santa Maria.
I will
take his call. All right, so we're going to do the Big Five picks, and those are always brought to you by our friends at Islands. If you're craving that beach vibe, there's an Islands restaurant near you with all your favorites, crafting your perfect Islands moments and classic burgers, fresh cut fries, local brews, and never-ending summer drinks. We love Islands. All right, so here is the scoreboard. And by the way, some people are missing weeks and all that stuff, so it's not even. But right now, the leader in terms of making picks against the spread is, of course, exactly who you would expect it to be.
Of course.
Laura.
Nice, Laura.
Nice job, Laura.
Laura is 12-8. I'm 11-9. Bergman's 8-7. Ireland is 7-8. Brian Cohen, who's not here today, should be happy. He's 8-12. He's the worst picker we got. Yeah.
So as of right now, you, Mason, and you, Laura, are the only two that have done every single week so far.
That is
Brian's
correct.
out.
Yeah, Brian's out today, so he's going to miss. So we'll keep track. It'll be based on winning percentage. That's the way we'll figure it out. So Laura's got the best winning percentage right now. All right, so let's start with the UCLA Bruins, the mighty Bruins. They are at Penn State, Happy Valley. They are getting 28.5 points coming off back-to-back weeks where they covered the spread. Bergman, you can't bet against the Bruins.
I will never bet against the Bruins, but everything in my mind is telling me bet against them, bet against them. But no, I'm going UCLA.
You're taking the
I'm going to take the
28.5.
plus 28.5, yes.
Okay, Ireland, you are a Bruin?
Yes, and if there's one thing us Bruins know how to do, it's cover.
Yeah.
Give me UCLA.
Yeah. You know, they may
Especially
not,
this year.
They may not win a lot, but they sure can cover. Laura, how about you?
I'm taking the Bruins, man. Let's go.
That's right.
And I think this is the one where they do not cover. I think this is the one where Penn State just blows their doors off.
You're probably right.
All right, so
Still not
let's
going
go
against
USC minus 9.5 at
8.5.
Oh, I'm sorry, 8.5. I've got it down as 9.5. 8.5.
I'm giving you an extra point.
At Minnesota. John, which way are you going?
Give me USC.
I'm taking USC. Bergman, you, of course, are
I
taking...
am going Minnesota. While you were talking to Ryan Abraham, I was looking up some things, and Minnesota has the most interceptions in the Big Ten with 8. So I'm going with Minnesota.
So it's based on just that number.
That one number
Good.
is all
He was looking for
I need.
anything.
Nothing like one shred of a fact. All right. Laura, which way are you going?
I think the one time I picked against them, they kicked my door down, so I'm going to pick USC.
Okay, USC.
Boo.
And I am going to be on USC here, too. I already put $25,000.
We should make Jorge pick for Brian and then stick Brian with the record.
Oh, you want
Oh, we should do that. That's what we used to do in the afternoon
Jorge,
show.
UCLA plus 28.5 at Penn State.
I'll go with the other team, not UCLA.
Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State.
And the other one is USC minus 8.5 at Minnesota.
I'll take USC.
USC, okay.
Sorry, real fast.
Yep.
Joe Musgrove, Tommy John surgery.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Out for the playoffs.
Out for the entire next year.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a huge
so
blow.
Joe
So
Musgrove,
They are
Tommy
down
John.
a starter now going into this series starting tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. The Dodgers are down 7 starters.
Yes, the Dodgers are missing many. All right, so let's start with a generic NFL game. Not generic, but it's a big NFL game. Cowboys plus 2.5 at Pittsburgh. Cowboys plus 2.5 at Pittsburgh. Where are you going, Ireland?
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Laura, where are you going?
I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Bergman.
I'm going with the Yinzer.
The Yinzers going Pittsburgh. Jorge.
Brian just texted me. He says he wants the Cowboys.
Cowboys. And I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I will be on the Steelers in that game. That should be a good game. Is that like a primetime game?
Yeah, it's the
or
5:20 game. It's the Sunday night football game.
night in America?
Matthew Berry's going to that game.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, so we got 2 teams that we follow here in L.A. One is the Raiders, plus 2.5 at Denver to face Bo Nix and the mighty Broncos. Bergman, I think I know which way you go on this.
You're damn right where I'm going. I'm going with the Raiders, and they're going to be 3-2 going into Week 6. Let's go Raiders.
Let's go Raiders. All right. Ireland, which way are you going on this?
I actually think the Raiders are going to win this game. I think that they won last week. They could have played a lot better. Give me the Raiders.
Okay. Laura?
I'm going to take the Broncos.
Boo.
Damn. Okay.
Who's Brian picking?
Brian says he's going with the Broncos.
Broncos. And
he's listening in real time. That's pretty impressive.
I text him ahead.
Denver has got a really good defense.
They do.
I'm going to go Broncos.
That's for
Broncos.
Juan. That's not in your heart.
No, it's not. Juan just barely follows him. All right, and the last one is Green Bay minus 3 at the Rams. Which way do you go, John Ireland?
This is the hardest one to pick.
It really is.
Because I love McVay. I think the Rams have too many injuries. Give me Green Bay.
You're going Green Bay. Okay.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
You are.
Let's go to who's Brian picking, Jorge?
Brian, hold on, I see ... Oh, he said Green Bay.
Green Bay.
That's what he said, yeah.
Green Bay.
Menso.
Okay. He's really following. Laura.
I'm going Rams.
Yeah.
Easy.
Bergman.
So Ireland's right. This is a really tough game. I think the Rams defense is just banged up and not very good and give up a lot of yards. I think Jordan Love throws it all over the place. I'm going the Green Bay Packers.
And I am going to take the points. I actually think McVay is a genius. He's going to come up with some answer to. And by the way, Green Bay missing 2. They're down 2 receivers. They're down Romeo Doubs and they're down Christian Watson. So they're missing a couple of guys. I like the Rams in that spot. I'm going to go Rams. And by the way, give me 25.
I actually hope you're right.
Give me $25,000 mythical dollars on the Rams plus 3.
They still have Jaden Reed, who is a very, very, very good receiver as well.
3 varies?
Very. He's
3?
very, very, very.
Yeah, that's
very, very,
that's good.
very, very.
All right, so there are your picks
Not that much.
for
Couple
this
less
week.
varies, probably.
Yeah, too many varies.
Yeah,
Let's
too
see
many,
who is on top next.
Oh, is this guy on the phone? Is
He
Josh
is.
Santa
Josh
Maria
is
on the phone? We
yeah.
left one line open for him. Josh, welcome. I know I'm going to talk a lot, but what do you got?
Well, thanks for taking my call, man. I appreciate it. First of all, how do you still have money with all your bets? They're horrible.
Okay.
No, because he won so much early.
I won so
leading.
much early. I'm winning by so much that I
Yeah.
can throw money around.
Do you remember the movie National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Of course.
Amazing movie.
It's incredible.
Okay. Do you remember the uptight couple that lived next door to Clark? And they were like looking at him like, what is this guy doing? Dude, how can you knock the holidays? if I lived on your street, I would be that guy that put all the damn Halloween lights up, orange and purple, and all the whatever you call it that you want to do just to piss you off.
So you'd be
There's
like
nothing
Doug
wrong.
down the street from me.
There's nothing wrong with doing the holiday
It's
decorations.
too
I'm surprised
early.
you know Doug's name because you're such a bad neighbor.
I do.
I was thinking the exact
I
same
was
thing.
walking the dogs like 2 weeks ago, and I see this guy, and I'm like, he's in his front yard, and I'm like, hey, I live down the street, and introduce myself, and so I know Doug, and I know he's the guy with the 20-foot high skeleton with a pumpkin on top,
Super
which is
cool.
ridiculous, Josh.
I love it.
I put one on your house.
I have no
put
issues.
one on your yard.
I'm gonna go soap his windows. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what we used to do when I was a kid. We would go
Thanks for
soap
taking
windows.
my call, Mace.
Absolutely.
All right,
What
see ya.
does soaping your windows do?
You never did soap in
No,
the
no.
windows?
What does that do?
You can write with a bar of soap. You can write on
easily,
people's
and
windows.
It easily comes off.
It easily comes off,
No,
but you
that's
can
the
write.
whole- I did things like eggs.
We did eggs.
We used to toilet paper houses. Do people still do that?
Bad guys.
TV. I used to put
We
bologna
did
on
poop
cars.
in a bag and you throw it out the door.
Now that's terrible.
It's gross.
Yeah, that's awful.
Cochinos.
Hey.
Laura,
Giano.
you never
Billy
did any
Madison.
of this stuff? You never went out and
It's
TP'd?
that poop again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a good girl. I didn't do none of that.
No, we did all that stuff. That was fun. It was fun.
I met my neighbor. The apartment next to me has been vacant for like a year plus.
Yep.
And yesterday when I was, Janice came to visit, and I was telling
Oh,
her,
Section
okay,
8. Yeah.
Jeez, Jorge.
what the hell? I do not have Section 8, but I mean, if somebody wants to give me that, I'm down. I'm tired of paying $3,000. But anyways,
Jorge.
my neighbor,
hot.
apparently she was like pulling a little dolly, and I was like, oh, let me help you. She's like, oh, I just moved in. And I was like, oh, congrats, welcome. And she tells me where she lives, and I was like, oh, you're my neighbor. She was so nice. And her name, literally like my name. I don't want to say her name. I don't want to put it out.
Laura.
You know what? Shut up.
Is it Laura?
Greg, whenever
way,
I have
these
to work
two-
with him,
you-
I'm just not.
Yeah, right.
So when I'm covering
Jorge and
Emily
Laura
next week,
are
I'm
like
not covering Emily anymore.
Heckle
I'm
and
sorry.
Jekyll in there.
So
I know.
I'm not. I'm really not
Jorge,
covering
didn't
Emily
you
anymore.
used to let Laura watch Maite?
No, never. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You went
never.
Who's worse?
I
is
wouldn't.
Pepe and Michael worse, or is it
love
Laura and
my
Jorge?
dad,
They're
but I
the old
wouldn't.
guys in the balcony. These are like Heckle and Jekyll. They're just going
Wait,
back and forth.
I'm really not working for Emily because I have to work with this one. So no, Greg, sorry, we'll not do.
By the way, Ireland, you'll be proud of me. I've just counted the number of neighbors I know. I know Doug. I have no idea what his wife's name is. I know Tanya. I have no idea what her husband's name is. I know Milo. Seems like a nice guy. And I know John. So I actually know 4 neighbors
That's
so far.
good.
Yeah,
There might be more. I think there's probably 30 houses on my street.
Yep.
I know the neighbors in 29 of them.
Yeah. This,
Well, you have a big party with
I don't
all
want to
your
know
neighbors.
that
Yeah.
many people. I just don't need that.
Who was your neighbor with the smoke alarm?
You don't have to keep playing
Okay.
that. That's Tanya.
Okay, cool.
She's like from Germany or Scotland.
She was
I'm
away in
not
Germany
sure
when
which.
this thing was going off.
It's
I
either
remember.
Germany or Scotland she's from.
I love the smoke alarm bit so
yeah,
much.
the smoke alarm bit pisses me off.
because I
Okay,
can
that's
see
it, I
it in
won't
your
play.
face.
You know what?
You just stop. You
When
get
does
so
Brian
mad.
get back? Damn, I miss Brian.
Damn, I miss Jorge right now. This is amazing.
yeah.
I will gladly switch somewhere where he's not in. I'm happy.
She doesn't have this much fun when Brian is in.
I love Brian. I'll have
Brian's
Brian any
great.
day.
Yeah, Brian's great. No,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
doing fine. Except for those long pauses at the end of each break.
Well,
before the commercial
because your
starts.
producer doesn't
They're
communicate
like
when
super
there's
long
reads.
pauses. It's like
Mace,
like,
didn't I tell you you have a read coming up?
because what's been
Yeah.
going on is I've been saying Mason and Ireland 710 ESPN. 1, 2.
Yeah, that's the
3.
person back there's fault.
Spot. Oh, that's her fault.
Sure. I told Mace right away, you have a spot.
Yeah.
Don't be blaming me for your mistakes, bruh.
All right. Coming up next for you, John, we'll do a little preview of what we expect tonight. We'll talk some Dodgers Padres. That starts tomorrow. Big weekend. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
This is where you do Rani. We told you like 3 times this is where you do Rani.
Was it
What is going
Whose
on?
fault was that? Was that yours or was it theirs?
Well, I was talking to somebody while you were saying it, and I was trying to hear it. So, you know what?
Tell me about Jacob
You
and
have
Ronnie.
taken the entire show off the rails.
Me?
Jorge, you.
How?
You.
Are we
All
doing
right.
Rani or just go to break?
No, let me tell you about Jacob Ronnie. So this is a friend of mine, Jacob Ronnie, and you hear him on the show. You know that he is the official legal partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. And it's Friday. let's say you're driving home from work, somebody texting. I've been complaining about people texting while they're driving and totally careless, and they hit you. You're immediately sore. But your doctor's office is obviously closed for the weekend, and you wait on Monday, and then you call them, and they're booked solid, and you can't get an appointment for another week, and suddenly you go 10 days without any treatment for your injury. You should not do this to yourself. I'm telling you, if you're injured, call Jacob. Friday night, 3 o'clock Saturday morning, doesn't matter when it is, he is there. He and his team will guide you, letting you know if you should go to urgent care or the emergency room, or they'll schedule a doctor's appointment for you on Monday with a specialist in your area and get you back on the road to recovery without delay. So if you're injured in any kind of accident, do not wait. Call Jacob for a free consultation. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He is the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Rani. Call Jacob.
And when you call him, make sure you tell him Mason and Shadano from 710 ESPN sent you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Your son and say, would you please stop washing your car 3 times a week? And then you continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Waterboy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Waterboy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay. Listen up, sports fans. Gear up for your next game day hang with your friends. What's on the menu? Sliders, wings, chips, and salsa? Well, all your favorite game day foods go great with Stella Rosa wines, a semi-sweet and semi-sparkling wine that must be served chilled. Stella Rosa can be found at your local retailer, so remember to grab a couple bottles next time you shop. Nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. Please celebrate responsibly.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmitt Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards, Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
True Work is the most technical workwear in the world, delivering modern solutions to timeless job site challenges. Innovation meets tradition in True Work's high-performance lineup of work pants, shirts, and jackets, all engineered to give you the comfort and protection you need, especially in the most extreme conditions. Check out the full lineup with over 50,000 five-star reviews at truework.com and use the code SPORTS15 to get 15% off your first order. That's TRUEWERK.com. True Work helps you be your best when the weather's at its worst.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Clean up some stuff from Twitter. First of all, The smoke alarm is the best. It should be Venice Mesa's walk-up song at next summer's softball game.
That's hilarious. You should do that.
Jorge is going to turn Venice Mesa into a serial killer with the smoke alarm bit. It does friggin' annoy me so much. This is a lot of reaction to what's Northern California and what's Southern California. Not my burner writes, nah, bruh. No, I just like to say that.
Nah,
bruh. North of the Grapevine and south of Fresno is Central California. South of the Grapevine is SoCal. North of Fresno is NorCal. Everything along the coast has its own identity.
So, but I don't think people really refer to anything as Central California.
No, they don't.
Well, they
We
just say
know
Central
it, but-
Coast is
Yeah,
a thing.
100%.
Central Coast is definitely a thing.
Yep.
They got that Morro Bay, that big rock. I'm just fascinated by that big rock.
Everything along San Luis Obispo and that kind of area there, that's all Central California, Central Coast.
Yeah. All right, so let's Bergman just asked me a question. I think it's a good one. As we get ready for game one of the NLDS tomorrow night at Dodger Stadium, in this series against the Padres, who is the X factor, John?
It's easy. Shohei.
But
he hasn't been in it yet.
But somebody less obvious.
Yeah.
Like the key guy who you think is going to spark something.
I'm a little worried about Tatis. He really hasn't gone off yet. He had that one homer against the in the division round, but
right?
He worries me a little bit. On the Dodgers side, I would love to see Muncy get hot because when he hits, it makes a huge difference. So those are the Shohei is the answer to your question. But if you want me to go non-Shohei, it would be either Tatis or Muncy, who I think would make the biggest difference.
So mine is Miguel Rojas, who I think will play a sparkling shortstop, will get on base for Shohei Ohtani at the top of the lineup. I think Miguel Rojas. By the way, I think the lineup is going to function really well if the lower third of the lineup gets on base for Shohei.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you on that. And my guy is Tommy Edman. He hits both sides of the plate, switch hitter. He plays a great outfield. He can move over to shortstop if you need him to. So it's just a guy that can get on base and do damage. I also think that I'm not sure about Rojas. His legs are kind of beat up. He's kind of hurt. So if he cannot play to the level and you move Edman down to short, that's when you start seeing Kevin Kiermaier in center.
So note on Miguel Rojas. His full name is Miguel Elias Rojas Nadernoff.
Nadernoff?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a Naderoff.
Nadermoff.
Nadermoff.
Yeah. I don't...
What is his lineage?
That's a good question.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. I don't know how he got to be Nadermoff.
Maybe he's from Arcadia.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I don't know. It just says he's from Venezuela, but his last name is Nadermoff.
Now I want to know.
Yeah. Look that up. Emily would have it on the board already.
Yeah, sorry.
Wow. Is that it's another shot at me? I wasn't even in the room when the shot.
It's a shot at me. You know what?
No, it's not a shot at anybody. Stop.
I'm done with Briones.
All right, let's do Game of Games. This has been a day.
Wait, your boy left.
Everybody's edgy today. Everybody's edgy.
Briones left. He's not even behind the board.
Yeah, Jorge just walks out.
Who gets up? Who gets up in the middle
during a compelling broadcast like this?
What do you mean? I can't. Come on, it's 2 shows in a row in a day.
Yeah. All right. Everybody's bitching now.
ZipRecruiter here. We got ZipRecruiter. I don't want to hear silence.
Okay, let's do Game of Games. It is Brian's game, but Jorge is going to.
Well, that's going to be a mess.
To do it.
No, I already went over it. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you are hiring, it can take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job. Nobody's got that kind of time. Why don't you try ZipRecruiter? Right now, you can use it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. They don't leave anything to chance. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Go to that exclusive web address to try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Sedano and Cap.
Next at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Are you a thug, Cappy?
What do you think?
I mean, I don't see you that way, but, maybe. You never know.
You don't think I'm a thug?
Nah, I don't think you are. I mean, Trick Daddy loves the kids, but he's singing about his days being a thug. Like, I don't feel like that's you. I mean, you love the kids. I mean, you were a Little League coach at one point.
You don't know nothing about no Trick Daddy.
Hey, listen, Trick Daddy, let me tell you something about Trick Daddy. You may not realize this, but as far as magicians go, he was one of the best.
Oh my God.
He will cut a lady in half.
Come on.
He'll pull a rabbit out of a hat. He got card tricks. Trick Daddy. That's thug life right there.
I feel like if Cappy if that name wasn't taken, Cappy would have loved that name as a rapper.
Oh, hell yeah.
Trick Daddy.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you've been thinking about selling your home, the real estate market is changing. Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage is focused on the seller's needs and will make you a competitive cash offer and can close in days. No agents, no commissions. Getting your home ready to list can be expensive and complicated. You don't want a lot of people coming in and out of your house. Seller's Advantage makes the selling process easy so that the sellers walk away happy. They may even offer you a $10,000 advance to help with moving expenses. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747 or go to sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bust blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino. Located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Football fans, now is your chance to experience NFL Los Angeles. As part of your SoFi Stadium tour, get an exclusive tour of the NFL's West Coast headquarters, located just across SoFi Stadium. Get a sneak peek into the hub that is home to your favorite NFL studios and brings news and entertainment to millions of football fans around the globe. Make the most of this NFL season with this unforgettable tour experience, complete with exclusive access to the SoFi Stadium field. Buy your tickets today at SoFiStadium.com/tours.
Enter for a chance to win the ultimate winery experience at Francis Ford Coppola Winery. With airfare for two, a two-night hotel stay and a winery tour. Enter at ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 and a California resident. Prize awarded as a gift card. Francis Ford Coppola Winery, Geyserville, Sonoma County, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. NextGen is the official AC heat and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. That's right, NextGen is the absolute best in the biz. Right now, you get an $88 drain cleaning and they'll add plumbing camera inspection. All you got to do is call NextGen. Call them at 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN or visit them online at nextgenairandplumbing.com to schedule your appointment today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play, like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist?
You don't say.
Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. It is Brian Cohen's game today. He couldn't make it. So Jorge is going to administer the game. You're the game master here, Jorge. What do we got going?
All right, so he calls it the 500 passing yards game.
Okay.
Inspired by Kirk Cousins, who threw for over 500 yards last night against the Buccaneers.
Brian's games are always so on the money.
He's
are they
really
not?
good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
I'll run it for you, Ireland. I got the score.
Okay.
Cool. All right, question number 1. Cousins threw for 509 yards. Who was the last quarterback to throw for more than 500 yards before Kirk? A, Dak Prescott, B, Joe Burrow, or C, Tua Tagovailoa?
Mace.
Dak Prescott.
Ireland.
Joe Burrow.
I'm going to say Tua. Laura.
Burrow.
And Joe Burrow is the correct answer.
Laura and Ireland get the point.
All right, question number 2. Norm Van Brocklin was the first ever to throw for more than 500 yards in a game in 1951 with the Los Angeles Rams. It happens to be the record for most yards in a game. How many yards was it? 589, 561, or 554?
Ireland.
So just how many total yards he had?
How many yards was it? Yeah.
Passing, yeah.
What was the last one?
554.
I'll do that one.
Okay.
I'll say 554 as well. Laura.
I'm with the crowd, 554.
Mace.
It is 554.
It is 554.
Yeah, I knew that.
All right, everybody on the board. No Romo today.
Cool.
That's fine.
Oh, it's no longer the what was it? The
Curtis?
It was the Curtis, but it's now the Romo.
Yeah. All right. Number 3. Who is second in yards behind the 554 mark for yards in a game? Warren Moon, Boomer, I can't say his last name, Esiason, or Dan Marino?
I'm going to say Warren Moon. Laura.
The second one.
Boomer. Okay.
Boomer Esiason. Mace.
I'm going Moon.
Ireland.
I'm with Laura. I'm going to Esiason.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon. So we're all tied up at 2 through 3 questions. Look at
Nice.
Here we go. Number 4. All of these guys have thrown for over 500 yards in a game, but who has done it multiple times? Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, or Derek Carr?
Laura.
Rivers.
Okay.
Mace.
I'm also going Rivers.
Ireland.
In honor, who was the other one besides?
You got Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, or Derek Carr?
Give me Breeze.
Okay.
I am also going to go Breeze.
Okay, and the correct answer is Breeze.
Ireland and Greg. Get
What
the
else
point.
is new?
All right, here we go.
Honestly.
True.
How many QBs have thrown for 500 yards in a game multiple times in their career? Is it 9, 6, or 3?
This goes back to Mace.
6.
Okay.
Ireland.
Is 6 the highest number?
9 is the
Nine
highest
is the
number.
highest.
6 sounds right. I'll go 6.
Okay.
Multiple times? I'm going to go 3. Laura.
I'm going to go 6.
And the correct answer is 3.
Whoa!
Take the
Bergman's
point.
got the
All
lead.
right. How many are left, Jorge?
We got a total of 9, so number 6, we got 4 left.
Okay, so Ireland goes first this time.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I out?
No.
You're
you're
two
in.
back. You and Mace are tied. So right now it's Greg 4, Ireland 3, Laura and Mace 2.
Okay.
I gave you one of the 3 in Drew Brees. Which of these 3 are not part of the 3 QBs who throw for 500 yards in multiple games? Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, or Ben Roethlisberger?
Ooh.
Have not thrown
Have
for
not
500 yards.
multiple games, yeah.
I'll go Stafford.
Okay.
It was Stafford,
Brady, or Roethlisberger?
Stafford, Brady, or Roethlisberger. I'm going to go Stafford as well. Laura.
I'll go with the last one. Just to be different.
Roethlisberger. Okay.
Mace.
I'm going to take a shot with Brady.
The correct answer is A, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
So Ireland gets a point, Greg gets a point, and I have to go first from now on. There's only 3 left.
There's 7, 8, and yeah.
So Laura and Mace have to get one of these.
Okay.
Or have to get all of these.
Okay.
All these.
Brady and Roethlisberger are the only ones to throw for 500 yards in a playoff game. True or false? They both lost their playoff games.
Oh, that's interesting. I go first. They both lost their playoff games. I'm going to say false. Ireland.
I agree. I think Roethlisberger won.
Right. So do I. So Lauren,
Oh, we have
to go true.
Opposite. Yeah, true.
And glad you guys went true because true was the answer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We both missed it.
Within a point now, right?
Yeah. No, you're 2 back of me, 1 back of Ireland.
Got it.
500 yards
There
in
are
a game.
2 left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
500 yards, 500 passing yards in a game has happened 27 times. How many of those 27 times resulted in wins for that QB?
Oh, wow.
11, 15, or 21?
All right, I have to go first again. I'm actually going to go 21. Ireland. 11, 15,
what was
or
the
20?
what was one? It was 11 or 21. What was the other one?
11, 15, and 21.
I'll go 15.
Mace.
So I have to
Well,
go.
you don't have. You can go with Ireland if you want to because you're still back of me, not Ireland.
And you went.
I went 21.
I'm going 15.
I want 15 as well.
The answer?
The answer is 15.
Oh,
okay, tied you, Greg.
Ireland, you tied me.
And it's very tight now.
And now
No.
everybody's in it with the last one.
Here's
You
the
have to go-
last question.
And Ireland,
Wait, aren't
you
we
go
back?
first this
Wait.
time. Right now it's Ireland.
because I
5.
caught you.
Yeah, Ireland
Yeah.
5, Greg
Okay.
5, Mace 4, Laura 4.
Drama.
Okay. All right, here we go. How many QBs have thrown for 499 yards but were unable to crack to 500 yards? 1, 3, or 7?
Ireland.
Boy, that'd be exactly 499. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll go 1.
That was where I was gonna go. I'm gonna stick
Well,
with
you
that.
can
too.
still.
I can. I'm gonna go 1 as well.
Okay, so it's 1.
3 or 7?
So you guys got to go 3 or
I will
7.
go 3.
Okay.
And
I will also go 3.
And
answer?
The answer is 1, and that quarterback was Jake Plummer.
Jake Plummer.
Plummer, 'cause 499 is just-
$4.99.
just
That
to
must
hit
be
the
We had to
exact
go
That must be
different.
such a bummer.
No, we had to go
No,
different.
you're fine, but like it just feels like a one person.
Yeah.
Because they have to hit it right on the number.
Exactly
right
that
on the
number,
number.
yeah.
All right, is there a tiebreaker, Jorge?
Yes, there is.
All right, it's
All
between
right,
me
here
and
we
you,
go.
Ireland. If
All
you're
right,
surprised at all.
Shocker.
Yeah.
The
Big deal.
tiebreaker. After his 509-yard performance, Kirk Cousins jumped Joe Montana and moved into 22nd of all time in career passing yards. How many career passing yards does Cousins have now, ranked 22nd of all time?
Oh, jeez.
Or Kirk Cousins. Wow, I have no
I
idea.
have no idea either. I'm just gonna say, God, it's probably. I don't know if it's too low or. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. I got a number.
All right, you wrote it down?
Yeah, I wrote it down. I think I'm way too low. But
Well, I'm just gonna say 40,000.
so I went lower than you. I went 28,402.
I think you won.
The correct answer is 40,844.
Whoa!
John
I almost won both showcases.
Number, John.
Impressive.
Winner, John Ireland.
And good job.
Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob and Rani. Everybody loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anybody can fight. But Jacob, here for you when you need a big win after an accident. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. Let's hit the super stadium.
Super dust. I honestly don't know where that one is.
It's the same one you hit to go from.
No, because that one,
Travis and
that
to
one
here.
says something else. Hold on.
I will stand by. You guys can keep
Let's
talking
just
really
pretend everything
No, because it has
went.
legal ID. Hold on,
It
hold
has
on.
a
hold
legal
on,
ID.
hold on.
Hold on.
I can legal.
Go ahead.
You're listening to KSPN Los Angeles, the Good Karma Brands radio station. It's time for Supercross Talk. Andy Kamenetsky's here, and do we have George from the road?
Nope.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
What's up, Andy?
What's up, Andy?
Grabbing the correct mic.
Yeah,
How you
there
guys
go.
doing?
Good, good.
Very
You might
excited.
want to use that mic anyway. So
Yeah,
just turn on the
it's
other
easier.
mic.
Yeah,
but use
turn that
one.
on. Oh my God, this place is like.
There's a lot going on here.
It's all because Jorge's here and doing
Yeah, I
two
mean,
shows.
seriously.
I should have
I
taken
blame
a day
Jorge
off
for
Did you
today.
all
ever
of it.
track down that super sounder there, Jorge?
Yeah, I can't find. I don't know where Brian
Yeah,
has it, man.
exactly.
It's not my show.
You don't know how to Google. You don't know how to search the thing. huh?
So Andy is the brand new host of Lakers Talk on Monday nights, huh? How many
Indeed.
shows have you done?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. Good.
3 or 4. It's been fun. It's now
Taking
2
the show in a
hours.
new direction.
Yeah, a longer direction. It's
Longer
2 hours.
direction. It's double the Lakers Talk.
Double the Lakers talk, double the guests,
Yep.
double. Dare I say, double the fun, and
Double-
double
you have to say-
double
double
the
the fun.
analysis.
Oh, double the
Ooh,
analysis.
Very
Wow.
nice. Are you excited? Are you enjoying being a part of Lakers Talk now? Lakers Talk with Andy Kamenetsky.
Yes, yes.
It's been great, right?
I mean, did you not hear everything I said was doubled?
Yeah.
What wouldn't be fun about that?
So you didn't get any questions allowed at the Rob Pelinka, J.J. Redick press. Did you actually get to ask any of the players questions on Monday at Media Day?
Yes.
Nice.
I asked, D'Angelo Russell a question. I asked Jared Vanderbilt a question. Couple other. I asked Jalen Hood-Schifino a question.
Okay, so you got some questions
And then yesterday at practice, I got quite a few questions, and I found out from J.J. Redick his rationale for naming the starting lineup before his presser.
Oh, what
with
is the
us.
rationale?
A couple things. First of all, he feels like the gamesmanship that a lot of coaches do, treating this like it's government secrets,
right,
is like it's silly. Why? Like you can figure out most likely who my lineup's going to be. A lot of this is common sense. And he also said, and I think this is really smart, he just wants clarity for the players. Like he wants guys to know what their role is going to be. And if there's not a genuine training camp battle going on for a position, don't pretend that there's one. He'd rather just focus on the things he's actually trying to figure out as opposed to pretending there's something happening.
Now, did you hear Brad Turner ask about Rui Hachimura? Were you
I
there at that point?
I was not there that day. I believe that was either
2
the day
days ago
before me or 2 days
2
before
days
me.
ago.
Yeah. Okay. So have you heard that? What
Yes,
happened
I have.
there?
I have
What
heard
did you do? You like the fact that JJ was going back at Brad Turner? Did you like Brad Turner's question?
Here's what I think I've already noticed with JJ when it comes to that exchange with Brad, or remember the presser with Pelinka? Eric Pincus asked JJ about whether or not they need a traditional center, and JJ got very caught up in the semantics of what defines traditional.
Yes.
When it was very obvious what Eric was talking about, which is more size. And we know it was obvious because after that, somebody from the Lakers, off the record or unnamed, told Eric, yeah, we're looking for somebody with more size. Like we know this because J.J. Redick said during the summer league he'd like to have a bruiser.
Right.
I think J.J. is going to be very into semantical battles.
Yes. You better be precise if you come at him with a question.
Look, I think some of that is going to be, it's a little bit of defensiveness with him, a little bit of parrying, but I think it also reflects who he is.
Yeah.
He likes exactness.
Right.
Which I'm cool with. It's fine.
He's details. He's a detail-oriented guy.
He's a guy that I think likes to lord his intelligence over people.
He's smart.
Yes, I think he is not shy about letting you know he's smart.
Yeah.
And Ireland was saying earlier that this is going to be good content for us, right, Ireland?
Yeah, well, Andy, you've been in a lot of those scrums like I have. Brad Turner's not backing down.
Nor should he.
So if JJ wants to come back at him, Brad will give it right back to him.
And look, I don't think any of this was hostile. If I had
I
had to guess, Brad knows JJ from his time with the Clippers because BT knows
That's
everybody.
True. Yeah.
It didn't seem like it was particularly hostile or anything like that. But that's the way. If you ask JJ, John will relate to this because John also covered Kobe. If you asked Kobe a question, you needed to have a reason. Because if Kobe thought it was a stupid question, you were just trying to get a soundbite, he was not shy about letting you know that's a stupid question. Phil was a lot like that.
Yeah.
So just have a reason that you're asking.
Yeah, yeah. So Dodgers Padres, how are you feeling about that tomorrow?
I'm feeling actually pretty
Are
good.
you? See,
I
like it, Andy.
I'm not feeling good, which to me is a good sign because the last couple of years I felt really good. So feeling bad is actually a good thing.
Did you really feel good last year
Yes,
with Bobby Miller
I did.
in Game 1?
I really felt.
Really?
I really,
that was a
really
disaster.
felt like we were going to advance last year. You feel confident.
Here's something that I actually like about where the Dodgers are heading into this. If you look at like the last 5 years, the 2 years they went the furthest were the years where they either didn't win the division or had the smallest gap between them and the next team.
Right.
I think for these Dodgers, it's actually really good that they had to play such focused baseball through most of September. Like typically in September, we're just talking about, the division's a wrap, what rando might get called up or whatever.
Sure.
They had to stay focused for almost the entire month.
Well, that's a point that I really strongly believe in, and Bergman disagrees with, right?
Yeah, I do disagree.
You don't think playing the whole month of September in high-leverage games makes a difference?
No, I don't, but I'm sure it'll make some difference.
You
that
don't
you're playing
think that Padres series, which
Because
felt
I've
like a
seen it-
playoff series?
I've seen it in both ways plenty of times. I saw them go all the way to the tape with with the Giants and lose, and they lost in the NLCS. I saw them go the entire month of September in like 2017, I think it was, and lose basically every game. They were 1-11 at one point in September,
Right.
and they went to the World Series. So I don't think that fully matters all that much. It's just how you play starting tomorrow.
Ireland, if they, I'm going to play this hypothetical game.
Okay.
If it doesn't go well, do you still think Dave Roberts stays as head coach?
I feel
as manager.
I feel as strongly about this as anything we've ever talked about on the show. I think people like you, Mace, that want Dave Roberts fired if he doesn't make it to the World Series are morons. I think that you are giving away a manager that is a guaranteed ticket to the postseason. And I know what you're going to come back with. You're going to say anybody could manage them into the
anybody
postseason.
could.
I disagree with that. I think Dave Roberts is exceptional. If they let him go, they're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a billion-dollar payroll.
Yep.
For all intents and purposes, you can't.
Not all of which, though, could be
can't F it
utilized
up.
this year, though.
Well,
I mean,
Glasnow is really the only one if you want to.
Well, and I mean, obviously they're deferring a lot of money, but it's still.
No. I just mean like there are guys that were part of the payroll this season that they were looking to count on that are not going to be available this year.
So if you think about it that way, it's really just Glasnow. That's the only one that's of all the guys that they brought in that is not going to pitch.
No, but they also expected guys who were, they expected Bobby Miller to be usable. They
Kershaw, Dustin May.
Those
Miller
were
would be
guys who are
much
also
better.
supposed to be guys at the end of the rotation. You still have two guys are
But
basically
end of the
1A and 1B.
Right, but end of the rotation matters when you're wondering whether or not Landon Knack can be a Game 4 pitcher.
Absolutely. You're 100% correct. I believe in Landon Knack. I actually like what he brings. But at the same time, Buehler has been good down the stretch.
Sure.
I just don't think that the difference between Clayton Kershaw and Walker Buehler is probably not that much difference anymore. Clayton Kershaw is not the pitcher he was for the last few years.
Right.
And he's hurt. You can't even push off on
Right,
his
but
foot.
I guess the thing that surprises me about
It's a
people
name.
that take the position that and Greg, you've kind of come off it a little, but I think you're more leaning towards Mace than you are towards me about replacing Dave. Who do you want to replace him with?
I just don't think baseball is
Skip
like
Schumacher, who just left the
Sure.
Miami Marlins, would be perfect.
didn't make the
former,
playoffs.
Former Dodger. Well, I mean, he was
made the playoffs
Miami
last
Marlins.
year.
Give him $1 billion payroll and see what he can do. If they collapse, you have to move Dave.
If they lose in the first round to the Padres at 100%, you have to get rid of
You
them.
disagree
By
with
the
that,
way,
John?
No, I would not, but I agree with you. I think if they lose, particularly if they get swept in this series, they'll change the manager. But I wouldn't do it.
My big thing is
Andy, where do you come down on that? Would you if they lose to the Padres, would you keep Dave or let somebody else try it?
I mean, it would to some degree depend on how badly they lose, but I'm of the opinion that Roberts is a good manager, but B, if you believe that a lot of what he does is scripted or at the very least advised to him by the powers that be, then his job is basically keeping a bunch of grown millionaires
administrator.
from
Yeah.
killing each other over
True.
162 games, which he is great at. And I would also argue then at that point, if Friedman and the Brain Trust, if they want to fire Roberts, fine. But if they do that without examining any of their own moves and any of their own decision-making process, they're doing this wrong.
Well, they're going to be doing that, and they've talked about it so far. That when it comes to the pitching staff too, they are going to go and look at how they're evaluating pitchers in general, and whether because they have so many injuries, so many
then
Tommy
you're
John.
punished at that
They're
point.
now going back and looking.
Sure,
at
but at that point, you are punishing Roberts for your decisions. In terms of who you brought in.
The point is, you have the $1 billion
and who you
payroll.
played in the lineup.
Well,
You know,
the lineup comes from
Dave
above.
made when we had Alana Rizzo on, she said that once the game starts, Dave has control. But before the game starts, they're handing him the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to put like who's going to go in
Right.
what
I mean,
spot
I
here.
think I
It's-
know the lineup.
Yeah, the
It's
lineup
not-
is pretty set.
There's not like in the playoffs. There's not really a magic
Sure.
lineup machine where something funky comes out.
I just think Roberts is a really good manager, and if he's a free agent, he will get scooped up in
I
like 5
100% agree.
seconds.
Which that's why my suggestion is move him upstairs and bring somebody in.
Sure. I just feel
And by the way, all this is in the case of collapse.
Sure. I'm not saying Roberts is irreplaceable. I would just say make sure you know why you're replacing him as opposed to lost in the first round, so somebody has to go, we got to make a change. I don't think that's a good
well,
reason.
Last year that would have been the case. This would be how many years in a row we lost in the first round? This would be the third straight year losing in the first round.
Losing in the first round to an NL West Division
But last
opponent.
year's team, nobody expected to even be good. Like the idea that they were in the playoffs.
He said right at the beginning that he felt great about.
I felt great about last year.
But we spent most of last year talking about how last year was kind of a write-off year because they were saving their money for Ohtani. So you can't have this both ways.
Yes, you can.
Point
You
absolutely
absolutely
okay.
can. You can have it both ways. Yes.
The point
Not
is,
only
you can
can
hold two
you
things in your mind at the same time.
Not only can you, I am.
Yeah, exactly.
The point is, and to Ireland's point, that it depends on what he does. What are the decisions that happen within the game in this postseason? If Dave makes really bad decisions, a la the Lance Lynn letting him stay out there for 4 times to give up 4 home runs,
that was a bad one.
That was a bad decision.
That
If
was a
those are
bad
the types
decision.
of decisions that
Boy,
you lose by, that's on Dave.
It
And you
is-
said, Alana Rizzo says during the game, it's on him.
This is so polarizing. So 2 tweets have rolled in the last 30 seconds. Troy Lake, guaranteed ticket to the postseason. That's soft, John. Fire Roberts if they don't win the World Series. David Lauk, Mason, you're a moron if you think anyone could manage the Dodgers to the postseason. Managing through so many pitching injuries this season alone proves Roberts' acumen. You know nothing about baseball if you think it's so easy. So, I mean, people are polar opposites on this.
They are. They are. And I mean, and hopefully this is not a bridge we need to cross.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully this is, that we're preparing for worst case scenario. I hope we get the best case scenario. But I will say, I think when this is all over, we're going to say that was the wrong decision to throw Yamamoto in Game 1.
No, I think it's the absolute right decision.
I hope I am wrong.
By the way,
I am
Mace,
not in line with that.
Mace, you would admit that's not a Dave Roberts call.
No, that is not a Dave Roberts call.
So, to Andy's point, if the Yamamoto thing blows up, why do we punish Roberts for that? Roberts isn't the one who switched Yamamoto with Flaherty.
Well,
Friedman did
he
that.
lose just 1 game in the series, or did he lose 3 games in the series?
But Friedman's going to tell him who to start every game.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have so many options.
But he had. But it's
between two guys.
John.
There aren't a lot of cards in that deck.
Yeah, but it's Robert's decision when to pull him. It's
Correct.
And that's a Robert's decision. And also, you can't fire Andrew Friedman. It's in Shohei Ohtani's
Nor would I.
contract.
Yeah.
It's in it that you cannot get rid of Andrew Friedman or Mark Walter, or he's gone.
Sure.
So you don't get rid of them. Someone's got to go.
My point is, I would just make sure that firing is actually the right decision, as opposed to, are there other things we could change while keeping Dave Roberts?
Yeah, and Greg, let me come back on what you just said. Why does someone have to go? You win the division every single year. Mason has said for years that the postseason is a roll of the dice. It's a crapshoot. If all you can ask for is to get in, and he's a guaranteed ticket to the postseason, why are you firing anybody?
You're still not thinking about it's a regular season thing. It's about the postseason, and with the decisions that are made in the postseason is what's going to keep or lose him his job.
By the way, and I
right,
also,
but Mace, haven't you always argued the postseason it's really out of everybody's control? It's a total crapshoot.
It is a crapshoot, but when it keeps happening repeatedly, that's a different scenario. I mean, if
the Atlanta Braves didn't fire Bobby Cox, and he went to he won 15 divition titles, and he only won 1.
He still went to 4 straight World Series.
Well, Dave's been to 3.
He's been to but you lost in the first round the last 2 years. You went out early over and over again.
I think
one World Series in a short season.
Yeah, but Bobby Cox and Dave Roberts are very similar.
Here's a
in
counterfactual.
There.
Here's a counterfactual. Let's say the Astros don't cheat, and the Dodgers win that series.
Yes.
Then we're not even having this conversation.
Yeah, we're not having this conversation
if he has 2
at all.
championships, it's a different world.
If he beat the Red Sox in the next year, you're not having this conversation at all.
But the Red Sox, I think, just beat them because they beat them.
Yeah.
But the Astros...
Yeah, that World Series wasn't close.
But the Astros, there's a real reason to believe that if they had not been up to their shenanigans, the Dodgers win that World Series, Roberts has 2 rings, and this whole conversation may look totally different reasons out of his control.
If the Yankees collapse, Aaron Boone's fired. Why is the same not true?
I disagree with that.
Oh, I think he's. I
New
think
York,
he'll be gone
for sure.
He'll be gone. There's already hot seat.
They haven't even fired him on years where he didn't make the playoffs.
But this is a year where they should be able to make a run, and there's a lot of talk in New York, exactly like we're talking here about Aaron Boone. If you don't win, you go.
And guys, remember this. Speaking as someone who works for the Lakers who changes the coach all the time, is when you fire a manager, you don't just fire one guy. You're blowing up a whole staff of coaches. And
bench coaches,
for
base,
whatever reason, this group, Dave Roberts and his staff, get you to the postseason. You flirt with 100 wins every single year. Sign me up for that every day.
Yeah, no, sign me up for a World Series.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah,
because going back to again, I think what you said is accurate. If he gets swept, they'll fire him, but I wouldn't do it.
What's the series when we get back here on Monday? What is it?
1-1.
2-0 Dodgers.
I think it's probably 1-1. Andy?
1-1.
1-1. I think it's going to be a good series.
I just don't want 0-2.
Yeah.
Just don't give me 0-2.
They're going to win both games. They're going to lose Game 3, and they're going to win Game 4.
Okay. Go Dodgers. Go Trojans. Go Rams. Go Lakers. Anybody else?
What about Deshaun Foster?
We have all of these teams now. We have all of these teams
All these
now.
teams.
This is awesome.
Go Kings. Go Kings.
What about Bronny?
Go Bronny.
Go Bronny. Go Lakers.
All right, coming up next for you, Andy Kamenetsky is going to be here along with George Shidano to get you through your drive home. We are back on